Hello, everyone. Hello and welcome. It is Foxhole Fridays, and this is the last episode of our amazing serial, Crash Jones Space Adventurer and the Library of the Dead, Part 5, which is an Ironsworn Starforged saga. And I was doing something before we started. So, oh, it is very dark. Thank you for, yes, I see that. I see that. Thank you. So I bought my ring light died on me, you know what I mean? And that was very unfortunate. And it, yes. So my ring light died on me, so I had to go get a new one. And I have a new light. It's not actually a ring light, but it is hanging out, and I can change the temperature some. And so here I am. Look, I have things to tell you. It's very important, and you need to know it. So yeah, I look like I'm well lit. Okay. Hi everyone, I'm Trooper SJP, and this is the Foxhole Fridays where we play the RPGs, and this is Crash Jones, and I want to thank you for waiting a moment. I feel like I hope you will think it is worth it. I have things. Before we start our episode, I suppose I should say a couple of things first. Right? We've got to do the things, and then we've got to do the things. So, first off, thank you for being here. Everybody I want to thank you for watching. If you're watching here live or on YouTube, all of those things are helpful and useful, and they make my life, that's what it's here for. It would not be the same thing. What about the stuff? Oh, Stormbitter, I have things to tell you about the stuff. I have things to tell you about the stuff. This is all true. So, it wouldn't be the same. I was just talking to somebody about this, how I don't know how I would feel about playing Ironsworn Starforged without my battle buddies with me. I think it'd be a little bit weird and strange. I'm sure it'd be lovely, but like I really like playing this with you all, and I thank you all for your wonderful ideas for title episodes and for names of things, and this is really wonderful, and I appreciate each and every one of you who watch live or on the VODs and YouTube. And if you're hanging out on YouTube, I would appreciate if you would give me a subscribe and like and all that goodness, like, follow, all that business. Yes, so I suppose I should say, number one, hey, thank you for being here. If you'd like to retweet our going live tweet or Blue Sky, those things, please do so. You can always give tips and bits, and any tips and bits you give go to pay for the casts of the show and for the art. Usually not including me unless there's enough left over, but save up for the casts first. And you can also be one of our Patreons. We have a patron over at Academic Foxhole, and that again goes to pay for art, music, cast, things like that. And we have a special Patreon tier, which is $200, which pays for a cast of 4 for 1 week. And I'm really excited to say that, so if you're one of our special sponsors, you get a special spot in the credits, you get a special shout out, which I'm doing right now, and we'll probably also do again later. And you get a special radio ad, and I'm very excited that Josh Meehan, who did the art, who's one of the co-creator of Ironsworn Starforged, is back as one of our sponsors, so we get to go and play his ad today, and I appreciate it very much. I also want to give a big shout out to KY Hawkeye and Will and TW as our other 2 sponsors. Thank you so much. This really helps a lot, and I feel like that's all of the technical announcements. I have other announcements though. I hope now you might notice I'm not wearing my jacket, right? My little Eisenhower jacket. I'm not wearing it. My little World War II jacket. There's a reason. It's because the merch has come in and I wanted to share it with you. So rather than the other Tuskegee Airman shirt that I was wearing, which was, they used a printing process that makes it very uncomfortable to wear and very hot and sweaty. So I was like, I'm just going to make my own, because the Tuskegee Airmen's regimental symbol is in the public domain. So I'm going to make my own t-shirt. And I did. Here is the shirt, Spitfire. It's very comfortable and soft. It's very nice. This is our Crash Jones. This is the Tuskegee Airmen crest on a shirt. Our Crash Jones shirt. That is in the merch store. If you were excited about that, that's very exciting. And I wanted to share that with you, so you too can have your own Crash Jones Tuskegee Airman shirt. However, that's not all. If you wanted, you can also get your Crash Jones tank top. We have two different versions. One for one general cut, right, and then one cut for the ladies, and it is the logo of Crash Jones Space Adventurer made by Josh Meehan. So this is our wonderful, and Josh made a couple of different logos. He's so good. And this is the one, that kind of 1950s style logo, and that's really exciting. I cannot show you an example of the ladies tank because that is being sent to someone else, but when they get it, they will wear it on screen. So those are our two t-shirts that are available. There are, however, other things, and I did want to share them with you. We've got our Crash Jones and the Drynax Barbarians notebook with amazing art by Josh Meehan. And this art, by the way, we were talking, Josh and I, and he was like, what do you think about it? I was like, I want like a poster, like a serial poster. And he's like, sure, and we talked about it a little bit. And what I really wanted was a mix of the kind of 1940s, 50s serial posters, but also the kind of art and color style of like Boris Vallejo, like the kind of 70s fantasy art. And he did such a great job of getting the color palette and the tone and the style of that kind of because, the Flash Gordon movie was also from like 1980, 79, 80, 81, right around there. So you've kind of got that merge of the 80s and the 50s. So this wonderful notebook, and let me tell you, I love these notebooks. They make me very happy. They have like, I don't know if you can really tell because of the lighting. They're dots. They got little dots. So that's really, really cool. But also because I've made a commitment in my life to not have only bare walls and actually have cool things on the walls. There is also this amazing art by Josh Meehan in poster format, which I have to show you because I feel like I'd be a bad person if I didn't show you, right? You have to see it in all of its glory. And, okay, well, all right. I have to unroll it. Okay, and I'm gonna have to stand up and back up because this is a massive, massive poster, and it's gorgeous, but oof. Can you see it right there? Oh, it's got Crash. Oh, Crash. Jones! Oh, Jones! Jones is alive! Crash Jones, right? And then, so here in our poster, we've got Crash in his big duel, let me go this way, in his big duel against, with Dreadliege Dalton. So there they are, right, on Drynax, up in the trees, fighting in an exciting way, and the Drynax Barbarians. And then, wait, oh, so excited. Hold on. Oh, I just love this so much. Hold on. Okay. So then, right, oh, wait. Sorry. Okay. And so then, oh, there we go. Then over here, right, we've got Mille, our mysterious and shady archaeologist, Mille Bullock. There she is, right? Oh, look at her. She's so amazing with her robot arm. And then, there, maybe, wait, this way. Can't even see what's going on. There is Emerald, our Dranaxian Viridian saber-toothed tiger with like the exciting Viridian Viridian ridges. Ooh. Ooh. Right, and then Baron Severinus Winter. Oh, come here, Baron. Oh, there. Woo. Here, there's the Baron, right? Look at this. The Baron is so amazing. There's the Baron, and then right here's the Hornet. Oh, back up. Oh, it's so huge. I'm sorry. Look, and I've got the USS Hornet that Crash was stationed on. This art is amazing. It's gorgeous, and you really can only appreciate, like, I mean, you can appreciate it in any level. You can do, I'm not the boss, so you can do what you want. But the point is, it is amazing. It is gorgeous. It is beautiful. It is just amazing. Oh, it's so good. It is so good. And you can have this either in notebook form or in poster form. And I'm excited that I have it in both. Oh, look at that. Oh my gosh, it's so good. But, sorry, but I'm not done. I'm not done. You might think I'm done, but I'm not done because there's more. But wait, there's more. There's a joke that I know it's kind of dirty, but it's hilarious, and that's part of the thing. Okay, so, right, an emerald has ridges, right? Like the Viridian racing stripes and like the sort of like the ridges. That's so good. I mean, it looks incredible. So then I also just like, you know, kind of exciting. Yeah, Vulpes, the poster is beating his ass, but he's still winning, right? It printed really well. I was just like, okay. So then I also got, just like if you want to rep the academic foxhole in a nice baseball cap, because I shave my head and I do not want to walk out in the sun without a hat on, and I don't always want to wear one of my, you know, pork pie hats or top hats. So this is very nice. It's very nice, right? If you want one, you can get one. But I have to show you something else. We did a lot of research on how animals cope with nuclear fallout for emeralds. It's true. It was very, very cool. See, that's the thing about Josh. Josh is really smart and amazing. But, oh gosh, there's so much to talk about. You know what? I think that's just all of the merch. I don't think there's any more merch on sale at all. There's nothing left to show. Oh, but I'm thirsty, you know? I should just drink something delicious, you know, because I'm just considering how thirsty I am right now. I suppose I should drink something. You know what? We'll be really, really. You deliver overseas? Yes, Lone Coup. I very specifically picked Fourth Wall, who's our merch store, which you can find at I think it's I've got the merch link. I picked them because they are EU friendly. I picked a company who very specifically can ship also from the EU, also Australia. They are also size inclusive, so they have like double extra larges, et cetera, et cetera. So I really wanted to pick somebody, a vendor who would be good for overseas as well, because that's important to me. But oh gosh, since we're so done, I suppose I should just drink some. Tasty. What is this? What is this amazing mug that Josh Meehan made the art for? I don't know if you know, but it's Starbeam chocolate milk. It's malted and oh, it's good for your bones, everybody. It's a brand new piece of art of Crash being the most amazing Crash ever, saying it's good for your bones. I did my research on Ovaltine mugs, and this is the last bit of merch that's in our store. It is our Starbeam chocolate milk mug, and I have to tell you something. I'm doing a giveaway. We're going to do a giveaway for this mug. During our break. Like at our break, we're going to do this giveaway. By the way, Josh is going to be getting one of these mugs, so Josh is not allowed to buy one. And also our mods are going to be getting this mug as well, so they're also not allowed to buy one, because I'm going to go and give them one as a present. So here is this amazing, it's so beautiful. It is so beautiful. I love it so much. It makes me so happy. Oh, it's so good. And look, the Josh, okay, so this is what happened. Josh was like, "Hey, I know you want to make this mug. Have you like started on the logo yet?" I was like, "No, not yet. I've been doing this other thing." He's like, and he's just like, "Hold on a second." He comes back and he just gives me this beautiful. It's everything. Do you know what I mean? Like it's just everything. So thank you, Josh. And I have to say, just so you know, I officially, before we went live, put the merch store all live. So all the merch is in the store right now. And you can find all of the Crash Jones stuff in the Crash Jones Space Adventurer collection. So it's all there right now. You can go and pick up the stuff if you like. And this is very cool. So Josh is like a full-time, excited, amazing artist. And Josh gave me like a really great deal on that amazing art that he spent so long on. And what part of it is that he will get 50% of all of the profits from all of the Crash Jones merch sold. So if you buy any of the merch, you're also supporting the artist quite directly. So that's very exciting. And yay, go and support Josh and get some cool merch. And also if you want, I'm going to tell you, this shirt is much nicer than the other one, and I am a big fan of this shirt, and I'm going to wear it all the time. If you want to represent the Tuskegee Airmen, please do. And I suppose what I should do is put on my jacket, because I have been hard at work while getting ready for this last session. I may have one other surprise, but I'm not. I have to wait for the right moment. But I want you to know that it's coming. Just, in case you were wondering. But I feel like we should get ready for our finale. And should get ready to be Crash Jones. Space Adventurer. Hold on. Yes, I happen to have now my yeah, fourth wall shirts are super, super comfortable. I am a big fan of them. And I just want you to know that I now have my aviator. Hope it's not 90 plus degrees. Oh, it is not cold. That is 100% true, is what I'm going to tell you. It is not cold here. But I'm going to just get our next surprise, authentic Crash Jones swearable iron goggles. Now, I will tell you what, because it is so hot, I will probably not be wearing this the whole time. But, lost my in-ear headphone. But I now have a nice cap to go with my goggles. I'm here. I'm ready for it. Got my cap. Got my goggles. Right, my aviator's helmet. And I'm ready. Except I have to get my headphone. Where did it go? There it is. Whoa. I lost my in-ear monitor because I have to hear you all. So, now, what you don't know, what I'm not currently wearing, which goes with Crash Jones, is I'm not currently wearing the red leather pants that Crash wears, but I do have the red leather pants. They're just in the other room. I just did not wear them today because I was coming from school. And I just didn't feel like wearing red leather pants to our graduate orientation. But, fair enough. So, my friends, we have all of our merch. No, I am wearing pants. I'm just not wearing red leather pants. Red leather or yellow leather. Red leather, yellow leather. I was, so, here we go. This is our final. I may have one final surprise, but it is not, it is what it is. So here we are, all of us together for the final episode of Crash Jones, Space Adventurer, and the Library of the Dead, which is the red leather pants sure would have made a statement. They would have, I was torn between the white leather pants and the red leather pants, but red goes with the imperial colors that, we want to subtly do our propaganda for. Trooper, with all that gear on and it not being cold, make sure to hydrate. What's really great about this mug, in case you care, is that you may not know this, but coffee. Oh, Max Ryder, I cannot crank up the AC because I actually have the door shut, so it gets really hot in here, because then it'll make noise, and that's no good. Time to find out if Trooper used all of his dice luck last night. Oh, let's see. So, side random note. I don't know if you know this, but coffee cups are handed. Most coffee cups are made for right-handed people. And you're thinking, what does that mean? Well, a coffee cup is usually made so that when you drink it when you hold it in your right hand, the logo's on the outside so that people can see your logo. And so that, and if you're a left-handed person and if you're drinking a cup made for right-handed people, the logo's on the inside so that while you can see it, nobody on the outside can see it. But this lovely logo that we have is centered in the center and it stretches both sides. So whether or not you are left-handed, right-handed, or ambidextrous, you may enjoy this cup, and you will not have to feel like nobody cares about you as somebody who is sinister. Wait! Josh, you're left-handed? I'm left-handed. Yay! So, we need to start. I suppose I should tell you. This is the last session of the summer season. And once we're done, I'm going to go and post out some posts on our Patreon. And almost none of them will be locked behind any kind of paywall. I'll do the big after-action report for the season. That'll go up probably later tonight. And I'm also going to post something for the Patreon's exclusive. We have these 2 asset cards right now for Emerald and also the Starbeam Chocolate Milk, and I'm going to make these a little bit nicer, and I'm going to post the digital files of our 2 assets for any of you all who are Patreons, just so you know. I'm sinister because I like pie. Yes. So now the academic foxhole mug is left-handed. As a matter of fact, I did it on purpose. I was like, I would like a left-handed mug. So, my friends, here we are, together, about to go and make our way into the wild blue yonder. We should talk about what happened. All right, so I've talked about all the exciting merch. I've talked about the end of the season. Joe, this is my 50th month of doing after-action reports, so that's really exciting. And so we're going to do our... I might cook myself a little bit, Max Ryder. So we're going to go and we're going to... Oh, I should also say there'll be no Tales from the Foxhole next week because I'm officiating a wedding. But the week after that, which will be September the 15th, will be the return of The Gamblers, our Traveler Pirates of Drynax campaign, and Season 3. Let's see what happens. I'm very, very excited. So, out of character, let's begin. What happened last time? We are... Where are we? In a pretty decent place? Well, iffy. So safe to assume you'll be skipping Outer Worlds while... Yes, so I'm going to be gone next week. I'm flying off to Seattle to officiate a wedding, and I'll be gone from Friday to Monday. So I will have no Outer Worlds next week, but I will have Disco Elysium. So last week when we were playing Ironsworn Starforged, and this is sort of like what would you call it, the out of character space, we were investigating a vault, and that is the Library of the Dead. We were given the task of retrieving the Book of the Damned for Mille Balak, our shady archaeologist, and we learned that we found the Library of the Dead, and we made our way in, and we found out that all of their data is in people, who they have sort of turned into some sort of strange amalgam of robotics and flesh, and keep in these pods, and right, so kind of ghoulish. So you've got millennial old beings stuck in pods, and we learned that, gosh, this game is so good. Sorry, I just was like, oh, things happen that I did not expect to happen, but then there you go. But we found out that one of the reasons why Belloc is her last name, Krellin. Mille's last name is Belloc, Belloq. We found out that one of the reasons that the Book of the Damned is actually Mille's mother, and that she wanted to go and get the Book of the Damned, which is to basically rescue her mother. Now, we had a key card. We gave the key card to her. We're trying to find the Book of the Damned, and Mille, sort of recognizing, oh, Mille Belloc has left the library. Mille Belloc has been saved. Yes. We found out that Mille opened up the pod where her mother was and exchanged herself for her mother. So now we have Mille's mother, but Mille is now trapped inside this pod with the key card. She's now Mille of the Damned. And we are in the library. We can't make noise, I suppose. So on a sort of a meta level, I think I can show you this. Oh, you know what, by the way? I just realized the worst thing ever, which is not bad for you. You probably do not care about this, but it is a thing that will bother me. I've got my action bar. I use a Stream Deck pedal, which is great and I love it, but I do not like to use it with shoes on, because I don't have the same kind of feeling, like the sensitivity of feeling. And since I was out running around today meeting grad students, I do have shoes on, so I'm going to take them off so that I can, use my feet more effectively. So anyhow, before we get all into it, let me tell you where we're at mechanically, then we'll just actually start. Now I feel like Mr. Rogers taking off my shoes. So where we're at in terms of challenges, we have a progress clock currently going on, which is the progress clock for our exploration, which is explore the Library of the Dead and free the Book of the Damned. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 7 ticks on that. And when you're exploring a vault, the exploration is the whole vault thing. But once you hit like 6, then you go into the inner sanctum, which is where we are now, which is where all the books are. Now, as the way that this system works is that when you're doing a progress track, at any time, thank you for that resub, Lone Coup, Dankeschön. At any time, you can choose to try to finish the progress track. At any time, we're good. We could go right now. The only thing is, when you do a regular skill check, you roll, right? So you always have the 2 challenge dice, which are the 2d10, and you roll them, and they represent the difficulty that you're trying to beat. And if you're going to do a regular skill check, you roll a d6 and you add your skill or any bonuses, right? And then that you want to try to get higher than the challenge dice. When you're doing a progress track, you don't roll your skill. The number that you roll against is how many ticks you have in the track. So right now we have a 7. So we could try to finish this right now, but we just have a 7. I would feel more comfortable if we had a higher number than 7. So I would like to get a few more ticks on this progress bar, to before we try to do that. Also, right now, Mille is currently stuck inside of a pod, so clearly we cannot get her out yet. We have to get her out before we can do any of that. So that's our exploration, exploring the vault. We have a few other progress clocks to note. We have our big epic quest, find the true noble lost Sindalian heir, Amelia Earhart, who can wield the Viridian Blade and help them lead a new empire. We only have 1 mark on that one. Maybe we'll get more. I have this lingering quest from the last serial, which was I need to make my Ironsworn sword, and hopefully we'll be able to do that as part of this one here, because we need to get some true iron. We need to help Dreadliege Dalton in reclaiming the throne, the leadership of the Dry Neck Cybrarians, but we can't really do that right now until we rescue Dreadliege Dalton, who's currently in the clutches of Baron Severinus Winter, so that's real bad. And we have our big quest here is to retrieve the mysterious Book of the Damned for Mille Balak. And we have 6 ticks on that. I feel like we don't get to roll on that one until we rescue Mille and resolve all that situation. So, and if we can bring some Viridian back to Merrick Velez, that would not be bad. I will note that Josh Meehan and I had just a few conversations about what the poster for Crash Jones and the Library of the Dead might look like. You know, so that's all. But that's where we're at, which means I believe, without further ado, it is time for us to look at our moves. And our moves, beginning a session. When you begin a segment set, we don't have any flag content. We recapped, we'll do an in-character recap. Artie Snack says, nothing bad ever happened by retrieving something called the Book of the Damned for an NPC. Nope, not at all. Review or recap what happened last session, which we'll do. Set the scene by envisioning your character's current situation intent. All right. But if we may spotlight a new danger, opportunity, or insight. And if we do that, we get to have +1 momentum. And we only have 6 momentum. So I personally would really like to do that. And Katu Barata necktie. And also, we did say that we wanted to focus on getting Mille out of this pod last time. So somehow I don't think we are going to get all these things resolved before no doubt thrilling cliffhangers. I'm pretty sure we're gonna get through the Library of the Dead. All the rest of the stuff, there's no way. Rescuing Dalton's gonna have to be for another adventure. But why don't we just roll to begin a session? First off, let's find out whether or not Dalton's danger is due. Let's do that, shall we? Rolled an 83, no extra danger for Dalton. And let's roll to begin a session, and let's just see what that would be. Unforeseen aid is on the way or within reach. Well, that's interesting. Ooh, hey, unforeseen aid is on the way or within reach. Ooh. Well, that's interesting. Huh. What might that mean? Well, we need to sort of envision a brief vignette where this might come in handy. But let's see. Well, when we left off, Crash was dramatically in front of the pod. This is interesting. Okay. Ooh. This is fascinating. We got something positive happening for us, and we need to ponder what that might be. We've got unforeseen aid. Hey, remember way back when, last session or the session before, when we got like a match, we got a bonus thing, we sort of decided to figure out what kind of good positive bonus thing we would get. And the positive bonus thing we rolled, which we would not capitalize on it yet, was Deny Cure, because we weren't quite certain what that would mean for us. Like, how would that be, right? And considering that this is like, they have these weird medical things and their cures seem to be bad, I feel like this might come in now, right? That if we have bonus die, we had like a match success, critical success, and under the theme Deny Cure, which Millie's in there. So I feel like we've got some kind of bonus around here that will be helpful. Okay, so we're going to do it, everybody. Attention, attention! Now is time for the thrilling adventures of Crash Jones, Space Adventurer! Join us now for the thrilling conclusion of his most recent and latest serial, The Library of the Dead. When we last left our hero, Crash Jones, he was exploring the Library of the Dead, a strange and ancient ruins on a flat planetoid or asteroid in a strange and hidden sector only found by going through the Bermuda Borealis, a strange and shimmering portal of wonder found in a little-known uncharted sector of space. Crash Jones, with Mille, his archaeological chum, and his Drenaxian, saber-toothed Viridian tiger Emerald, went to go and explore the library. In so doing, they had to go and fight the Necro Cybrarians, undead, half-living, half-dead, cybernetic robotic librarians who attacked them as they were trying to access the card catalog. They defeated them at that moment, but surely more Necro Cybrarians lurk, waiting to stamp out anyone who would make too much noise in the library. Our heroes, Crash Jones, Mille, and Emerald, made their way down deep into the heart of the library, into the lower stacks, where all of the books are kept, and there they learned that the books are not made of paper or even digital bytes. Instead, they are made of people. That is correct. They are made of people. People kidnapped far and wide, from millennia to the past, the more recent future, and they knew the Book of the Damned would be one of these people trapped in books. As they went to go and search, Mille said,
Crash, could you give me the key card that I gave you to hold? I want to check something.
Why, of course,
said our hero, Crash, giving her the key card, and he and Emerald continued to look. But it was in that moment when he realized something desperately terrible had happened. Yes, rushing back to where Mille was, he saw that she had opened one of the pods and stepped inside herself after freeing the person inside. And that person was none other than her mother, unconscious on the floor. So, Mille, with her robotic arm, is now trapped inside the pod, taking the place of her mother as the Book of the Damned. And upon Crash Jones's feet, an unconscious mother of Mille. Now, whatever shall they do? What will Crash do at this moment? Well, who knows? But there is something that neither Crash nor Mille know at this very moment. As we speak, somewhere in the Library of the Dead, there lurks a figure. A figure lurks down in the stacks. A figure who could be sinister, or perhaps could be a source of aid. This is a man who is older, salt and pepper hair, goatee and mustache connected, with glasses and a lab coat. His hair is wild and frizzy. He seems to have some sort of medical bag or perhaps toolkit, and he looks very sinister indeed as he, in a perch that Crash cannot see, watches the entire scene unfold
Who is this mysterious person who watches our heroes? Well, we shall have to find out tonight in the final episode of Crash Jones and the Library of the Dead!
If you do not mind, for that, we shall take an extra momentum. Let us bring ourselves up to 7 momentum. I'm just going to give ourselves 7 momentum because we deserve it. Yes, let's just do that. Why don't we? So, Crash is there at this moment. We are in our exploration. So,
Crash Jones bangs on the glass case of the pod and shouts out,
Mille! Let me see. I forgot. I think Mille looks this way and Crash looks this way. I believe. Mille! No, Crash looks this way. Mille looks this way. Mille! What are you doing? Why did you... Mille! You can't... What?
Mille looks at him, tears in her eyes.
Crash, you have to save my mother. I'm sorry that I could not tell you everything, but I knew that if you knew, you wouldn't have gone through with it. But I had to save my mother. I couldn't leave her in this place. But, Mille, I don't understand. You could have told me. And anyway, you've got to get out of there. I mean, only you know the location of the cold iron. So, you have to get out. I'm not going to leave you in there. Crash, you have to. You can't stay here much longer because the longer you stay, the greater the chance that the librarians will come and take you too. I've done so much to try to get my mother free. And now that she's there, you have to take her out with you. Go now, Crash. Don't stay any longer. Please. Mille, I won't leave you here. I'm gonna find... Can you just open the door? Come on.
Crash sort of taps on a small keypad, but just nothing. He himself he does not have the key card. That is inside the tube with Mille.
Come on, Mille. We've got to get you out of there. He looks around,
trying to find a way to free her.
And we're going to explore our waypoint, is what we're going to do. We're going to explore our waypoint because we are trying to find a way out to get her out of here. Problem, of course, is that this is a wits roll. And Crash Jones, in Ironsworn Starforged, you have 5 stats. You have Edge, Heart, Iron, Shadow, and Wits. 1 is at 3, 2 are at 2, and 2 are at 1. And Crash's highest stat is Heart, because he cares about people, and then his next 2 highest stats are Edge and Iron, because he's a great flyer with Edge, and he's a pretty good, strong punch-em-up with Iron. His 2 least good stats are Wits and Shadow, because he's not particularly good at lying to people or being subtle, and, you know how it is. So, we're going to explore this waypoint. Normally, we can get help with that, but Mille cannot help us because she's stuck in a pod. Yeah, Millie's mom, something. So, I'm going to roll wits, and I don't like it, but let's see what we can do. We're going to roll wits. I do not think we get any bonuses. Nope. Well, okay, no bonuses. We're going to try and explore this location to see if we can find some way. Okay, well... A weak hit. Let's see. we can just burn our momentum and make that a strong hit. Yes. Here's the thing. If we take the strong hit, we have no more momentum. And that's very distressing. I would really like to have some momentum. It would be great. And here's the other problem. Just so you know, here's another problem we have. We don't have our companion with us. So, not having a companion with us means that we can't gain extra momentum, you know? That's okay. Do you know what helps me think of solutions? A cool glass of Starbeam chocolate milk. That's true. Oh, yeah. You know what? We won't spend our momentum. We will let this be a weak hit. I have ideas. On a weak hit, you uncover something interesting, but is bound up in a peril or reveals an ominous aspect of this place. Envision what you encounter. Oh, wait, no. You know what? We're gonna actually burn our momentum. We're gonna burn it. We're gonna burn that momentum and make that a strong hit. So, on a strong hit, we get to choose either mark progress or find something interesting and take momentum. We're going to mark progress. This is a formidable task, exploring the library of the dead, so we could just get one. We just get one. I just added our new one here, and our momentum goes down to 2. Hello, momentum. Let's go down to 2. That is our reset. All right, come on, Emerald. We've got to find something. Let's see. We need to find some kind of way into that pod. Let me see. Emerald, come over here with me.
Crash Jones goes through the stacks, seeing person after person, being after being, trapped in pod after pod.
Hey, girl. There's so many people here. Or at least there were once people. I wonder if there's some kind of way to free any of them. There's got to be some computer or something like that might help. Wait. Look over there. What's that?
Crash Jones and Emerald rush forward where they see a computerized terminal. It is very advanced, more advanced than you could ever imagine. The computerized machine itself is very small. It only takes up the size of 3 or 4 refrigerators next to each other rather than a whole entire room. And there are punch cards. You may not know what those are, but they're the sort of technology you use to program a computerized device. It's a piece of paper, and you put punches in it, and that itself is like the computerized brain. And our Crash Jones finds a series of punch cards stacked up next to this computerized terminal. Might this be the key to unlocking this place and finding a way to check out a book?
Well, see, Emerald, the way I reckon it, when I was back in Harlem, if I wanted to take a book out of the library, I needed a library card. I figure what we have to do is get a library card. All right. Maybe we should call a librarian? Do you think that would work? I don't know. Well, we've got these cards, these punch cards. I'm not the best with computers. But you know who is? June. Hey, June? Are you there? Oh, you know what? Let me speak into my special space watch. It's a computerized watch. I got this from GDCO. June, can you hear me? Why, yes. Hey there, Sugar. How can I help you? Well, if you don't mind, I'm trying to find a way to get a library card. Do you think you could help? What I'm trying to do is figure out a way to check out this book officially so that I can get Mille out of her pod. Oh, gosh. Her mother's just laying on the floor over there. I should probably check her out. No, I'll tell you what, June, if you could get on that, I'm going to go check on Mille's mom and if she's got anything going on. All right, please. We are going to have we're going to try to secure an advantage by having June try to figure out how. Oh, by the way, Crash is going to leave his watch on the computer so that June can do her thing. So let's try to secure an advantage. This is going to be wits, sadly again, but I can roll integrity rather than wits because the ship's computers is going to try to figure out how to get in there. Yes, let's find out. We don't get a bonus, but we might get more momentum. Let's see. Oh, I need to roll that other. Hold on. There, 5, and we rolled a 21. I feel like that could be, wait, I don't think I did that right. I'm sorry, I didn't do that right. Give me a moment. Other, roll attribute. Strong hit. Strong hit, everyone. Okay, we get 2 momentum, +1 on our next move, but also we get another momentum. So we get 3 momentum. Yes, okay, this is great. We get 3 momentum, which puts us, oh, so good. Puts us up at 5, and we're gonna get a +1 in our next roll.
Crash Jones leaves his space watch on top of the computerized device and goes to look to see if he might find tools or something of that sort. As he ponders and scours, June, using all the computerized power of Francis, begins to try to find a way to get Crash Jones access to the Library of the Dead. In other words, to get him a library card. By the way, all of you who are watching Crash Jones' Space Adventure in the Library of the Dead, please know that your library is there for you. GDCO, Crash Jones, and also Starbeam Chocolate Milk encourage you to get a library card and go reading. The library, if you read it, you can be as smart as Mille Bullock. Yes, well, now, back to our adventure.
All right, Emerald. Let's see. We found the computerized terminal. We've got June on that. We should see if we can, figure out what's going on with Mille's mother.
Crash rushes over to the woman who looks very much like Mille Bullock, but with gray in her hair. Unconscious, but also her body has been wired through with computerized robot parts. Crash kneels down before her, holds her hand, and says,
Miss? I hope you're all right. Miss? Oh. Let's see. Maybe I can... Well... Ma'am? I wonder what we could do. Something that might help. Not yet. Well, let me see. Well, you know what always helps me? Starbeam. Chocolate milk, it's malted, and it's good for your bones. But she's not even conscious. Well, let me at least try to me see what I can do. I'm going to make a recover action. There's an aid action. It's I think it's heal. And I am going to try to help this woman pull out my little first aid kit. This is rolling heart, which is what he's very good at. Let's see. Okay, Crash Jones. Let's see what we can do here. I don't know, but... Oh, we get to add a +1 to this, our next roll. Okay. Strong hit. On a strong hit, the care is helpful. You or the ally under care you can clear any impacts and give them +2 health. Okay, so this is good.
Crash Jones kneels down before the woman who looks surprisingly like Mille, while Mille, trapped in the pod right beside them, looks on with interest and concern. Crash Jones pulls out 2 things, perhaps 3. 1, he pulls out his first aid kit, and he begins to bandage her. 2, he pulls out his technical kit, and he uses his Phillips head screwdriver to tighten all of the screws on her robotic parts. 3, he takes out a battery, and he attaches the battery to one of the electrodes, trying to bring power back to Mille Balok's mother. 4, he brings out some smelling salts to help revive her. He figures he must help both the body and the machine. And as he works, toiling away, Emerald stalks, guarding, and within a few moments, the machinery within Mille Balok's mother crackles to life. You can hear the circuits whirring, and her eyes flutter open.
Who's there? Hi, my name is Crash Jones. Captain Crash Jones. I'm a pilot, and I'm a good chum of your daughter. And
Crash Jones maneuvers himself so that he is between himself, the mother, and the daughter, so that she may not see her daughter trapped and be concerned.
Your daughter sent me here to save you. My daughter, where is she? Where's Mille?
This woman sits upward, looking around in the darkness of the Library of the Dead. And behind Crash Jones's shoulder, she sees her daughter.
Mille! What are you doing in the pod? Mother, I had to save you, and there's no safe way to get you out without tripping the alarms, the security systems, unless somebody took your place. Someone who was augmented enough that the pod would recognize them as you. Someone with your same DNA, which I have. Mother, please, go with him, Crash Jones. He's trustworthy. Let him take you out of here. No, I will not leave without you. How could you be so stupid? Darling, I'm a mother. I'm supposed to sacrifice for my children. I will not let you stay here. I will find a way to bring you out. Mr. Jones, my daughter's as hard-headed and stubborn as I am. Well, we're going to get her out of here. You and I, let's go. We've got to find something. Something that will help.
And off they go. Crash Jones and Mille's mother in search of a way to free Mille.
This is going to be our explore a waypoint action. Worrisome. Actually, this is undertaking an expedition is what we need to do. We are moving at speed. That's what we're doing. So this will be edge. We do not have any aid here, but we also have very low momentum. weak hit. A weak hit. We come upon a place. We will get to mark progress, but we're going to have to. We have to choose something bad. We suffer a cost en route or face a peril at the waypoint. Okay. I am going to say that
As Crash Jones and Mille's mother go to search deep within the stacks.
I realize that's fine.
They move quietly and silently, as quiet as they can, as quiet as the dead. And they move through. When they hear words.
Crash, this is me, June. I just wanted to let you know that I have been able to get you a library card. What you need to do is give them a little bit of your DNA. There's going to be a small station, what would you call it? A intake place. If you go forward and move a little bit to the left, a little bit further, that's right. Just turn left right there. Keep going. You're going to see another hallway on your right. You keep going down there. That's right. Just keep going. You're going to come upon a small, you'll be coming upon a reception area, and I have spoken with their computer, and they should be waiting right for you. They're going to ask you to give them some DNA, and once you do, you'll be given a code, and you'll be all registered to take out a book. That is what I have learned. Thank you very much. And just say hello to the Head Necro Cybrarian.
Crash Jones and Minnie Block's mother step through a door that opens. And they walk into a place, round, circular, all stone, but stone riddled through with runes and technology. And there is a desk. And behind the desk, seated, a being, 11 feet tall, perhaps more machine than person. There sits the Necro Cybrarian, the Head Necro Cybrarian. Minnie Block's mother grabs Crash Jones' hand.
No, we can't go closer. That is the being that kidnapped me and placed me in the library forever, in the permanent collection. June says that they're waiting for me. I've got to do this if it means saving Mille. Excuse me, I'm Captain Crash Jones, and I'm here to get a library card. My assistant said that I could get one here. I'm ready to get my library card.
And with that, the Necro Cybrarian, the Head Necro Cybrarian, lifts its heavy head over a foot wide.
Step forward. Place your finger in the pool.
Crash Jones steps forward and sees on this dais made of stone a pool. And inside the pool is water, but the water isn't clear. It is an iridescent blue. It glows and it pulsates in the Library of the Dead as the eyes of the Necro Librarian glow ominously in Cybrarian green.
All right, I'm just supposed to put my hand in this pool of water, and that'll get me a library card?
Yes, place your hand in the pool of water. And with that, Mille Balok's mother cries out,
Don't do it. Don't trust them. Don't trust them at all. They steal people.
This being is not like anything that Crash has ever seen before. Some sort of ancient being. We don't know what it might be. However, Crash Jones has never been afraid of anything. And also his wits is a 1. And so he reaches forward, about to place his hand in the pool of water. Closer to the water. His hand, emerald, creeping up behind, growls with distrust. And Crash Jones places his hand in the water. The water's cool. But then he gets a feeling of an electric current that runs through him. He takes his hand out. And the Head Necro Cybrarian, their eyes go blank. And there's only numbers, 0s and 1s, going through its eyes as it begins to calculate. Yes, Wesley, Jones, Captain, Pilot, genetic material. You want a library card. You want to check out books. Crash Jones. We have a book in reference to Crash Jones. Yes. Crash Jones. You will make a fine addition to our library.
What? No, I was supposed to get a library card.
I'm sorry. You are our next addition to the collection. The Head Necro Cybrarian presses a button, and soon, lights, all silent, begin to flash within this area.
We're going to make this a scene challenge because it's a peril, and we're going to make a scene challenge. Is what we're going to do, and we're going to have to do this. Is what we're going to do. So let's see. It's going to be a scene challenge. Oops. Hey, where'd you go? There you go. So we've got an extended or complex challenge. It's not a fight yet. We need to make a progress clock. And our challenge is to convince the Head Necro Cybrarian that we are authorized to take out a book. That's what we need to do, right? That's right. And this is going to be, I feel like this is dangerous. I feel this is a dangerous guess thing, right? And I feel like we do actually have advantage here because we have been put into the computer and we have some unknown aid. So I don't think we have a clear advantage, but I think that we're ready to act, so that's dangerous. And let's then have our 4-segment clock. And that 4-segment clock, it's no good. This clock is going to be crash checked in. Yep. We've got a 4-segment clock. And here it is. Crash checked in, everybody. Okay. Here we go. Yeah. Okay. We can either face danger or secured advantage. And we have 5 momentum. I feel like I've got help here. Let me see. Well, we need help. Okay, hold on. We have things. We can. That won't help us. All right. Here's what we're gonna do. Hey, hold on a second. I'm supposed to give I'm authorized you. That's right. You do have an entry on me, but that's because I'm authorized to be here. I feel like, you maybe want to check your files again and folders again. I should already have a library card and privileges to lend. I've been around. I've not been here for a while, but I should. As a matter of fact, I've got my digital assistant here has already run the numbers, and you should just check again. I'm not here to be checked in. I'm here to check something out, and I have the authorization to do so. So now I'm going to note, I'm trying to secure an advantage. And I'm trying to secure advantage using June's ability. So I'm going to roll this, because I'm allowed to use June's technological advantages. So let's bring up our integrity of the ship, which is currently maxed out at 5. We don't get any bonuses here, but we're going to secure an advantage. Weak hit. Okay. On a weak hit, either take 2 momentum or a +1 on your next move. We're going to take 2 momentum, and we get 1 more because June was helping us. That is going to bring us to 8, which I'm not mad about.
As Crash Jones asserts his right to be here, the Head Necro Cybrarian stops and begins to calculate.
You say that you are authorized to check out books. Let me check. DNA. Please state your name again. Wesley Jones. Captain. Yes, Wesley Jones. Solomani. Wesley Jones. There may be something here. Let me check. All right, so we're going to have to face some danger. And I will say, you have my DNA. Please, run it against your records and see what you can find. I'm certain that I am authorized to check out books anytime you like. I stake my name on it. Please, I know for a fact that there are records on me here, so please, if you would. This is going to be with heart. I'm trying to talk them through some of the face danger. Okay. Yes. Command, here we go. Strong hit with a match. Strong hit with a match. Okay. We face danger on a strong hit. We mark progress. And then, but since it's with a match, we get to mark it twice, which means 4. Right here. This is really good, everybody.
The Head Necro Cybrarian moves backward in its mind, and you can see the lights in this chamber echoing across the stone plinths, glow from green to blue to green again. And the Head Necro Cybrarian says,
Wesley Jones, Solomani. Yes. All privileges to check in or to check out books come through genetic lineages. Only those who deposit books may check out books. Only those with a history of giving to the library knowledge may remove knowledge from the library. Yes, there is evidence. There is a record. Those within your genetic line, someone has set up an account for the Joneses. Someone has deposited many, 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 many books into this library, meaning that, yes, you are authorized to check out books. Wait a minute. What do you mean someone in my genetic line has deposited many books? Who is it? Who's the one who deposited books? Which of my genetic line has done this? As a member of the Jones family, I'm entitled to know who it is who's been dropping off books in my name. You should already know. You are not acting like an Acquisitor. The Jones Acquisitor. Are you not the Jones Acquisitor? This is me facing danger, by the way. Not Inquisitor, Acquisitor, as in you acquire. Let's see. I am going to. This is, what am I doing? I'm trying to command, right? I'm trying to demand that I find out these things. So we're going to face danger again. And we did that, right? That's a 3-3. That's another strong hat with the match, right? We just did that. We just did that. Okay. Okay. That's 2 marks, everybody. I cannot believe this is happening. All right. Yes. Indeed. This may be given. Wesley Jones. The Acquisitor Jones who set up the account to bring in and bring out books, to acquire books, to condition books, to train books. One of our best Acquisitors. The match is very close indeed. Yes. Bartholomew Jones. What? Bartholomew Jones, but that's my brother. Are you trying to tell me that my brother is an Acquisitor for the Library of the Dead? Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. Wesley Jones. As an Acquisitor, it is your purpose to bring us people. Who have you brought for us today? I know I'm not here to bring someone. I'm here to take someone out. Also, my brother, when did my brother bring someone last? Bartholomew Jones last brought Francesca Belloc. Sorry, that was too exciting. I meant this. Mille Belloc. She was your brother? That madman? That villain?
Francesca Belloc moves backwards in horror and shock. Crash Jones, himself in shock, has one last move.
We are going to try and end this with the Head Necro Cybrarian. We have 8 progress. We're gonna roll for it. Strong hit. Strong hit, everybody. Strong hit. Strong hit. This is the finish the scene. Okay. Okay, this is good. I cannot believe this. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Listen, yes, it's my brother, Bart Jones, Acquisitor. He, brought in, Francesca. We got, a strong hit, everyone. Yes, we got a strong hit. No, Max, I pressed the wrong button. I tried to press the dun-dun-dun button. I was so freaked out, I pressed the wrong button. And I went to the break screen, not the dun-dun-dun screen. Whew. Okay. Yes. Francesca Belloc was brought here, too early. I need, my brother asked me to retrieve her, the Book of the Damned, I believe is the name. Asked me to retrieve the Book of the Damned, to, better condition it. It needs some extra work on it, some, repair. So I will need access to the Book of the Damned. If you could release the pod for the book, that would be excellent. And, of course, I will return the book. I will return the book after it has been restored, after the restoration process. So, if you would. Also, if you might, I would like to know, when my brother next comes to the library. Could I get access to his file?
Francesca tugs.
Mr. Jones, we cannot tarry. I can tell you something about your brother, but we should go retrieve the Book of the Damned. Thank you, Head Necro Cybrarian. We shall... I will I'm going to go retrieve the Book of the Damned, and
With that, Crash Jones and Francesca Belloc head back into the stacks to where the Book of the Damned, Mille Belloc, waits. As they arrive...
By the way, we need our, this is our, we did clear that, and with clearing that progress clock, we got what we wanted, which means that we should be able to, I think this is going to mark progress on our Retrieve the Book of the Damned for Mille Belloc. I feel like that is that. Absolutely. I also feel like we have this is what we get from being at the expedition, so I think we do need to explore this waypoint. He says, I know, Francesca, but there's information here that might be very important. Information that it might mean something. I've got to find out at least something. Let me just ask them a few more questions. You head back to the Book of the Damned, and I will be right there. I am going to explore this area here, and we are going to...
I didn't get that.
No, I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you. June. Well, we're pretty good at exploring. I think you're right. I think we can go back. Okay.
Crash Jones and Francesca Belloc make their way back to the pod where the Book of the Damned, Mille Belloc, is trapped. They wait, and Crash Jones calls out.
It's Wesley Jones at the Book of the Damned terminal. Please open the case. I need to check out the book for restoration.
After a few moments, the pod's clear plasticine cover slides back, and Mille Belloc stumbles out. Mother and daughter see each other and embrace.
Mother, what's happening? Your friend, Crash Jones, has found some way to check you out. But not for long. We should go. It's dangerous in here. We have to go.
Crash Jones, Mille and her mother, Francesca Belloc, and Emerald begin to move their way further out.
Listen, apparently my brother is here, and he's here recently. I'm sorry, Mrs. Belloc, when were you taken? I was taken 15 years ago, when Mille was small. I was captured by a terrible, terrible man and brought here. Somewhere else first, where I was experimented upon, and they ripped out parts of my body and replaced them with things. It was terrible. When I see his face, I can still hear him laughing. He looks a lot like you. You could be a clone of him. Almost, you look so similar. Yes, he's my twin brother, Bart. I don't know how he got here or how he's still alive. I don't understand any of this. But I feel like we should try to find something about... There's so much information that could be here. We could ask about Amelia Earhart. We might learn something. Please, let me ask. It would be something. All right. Crash? You can. But I'm going to take my daughter. You presumably have a ship? Yes, Mille, will you take your mother to Francis? Francis, that's... All right. You two go back. Emerald, take them back. And, I'm gonna ask about Amelia Earhart. Okay, go on ahead.
The two women and the Dranaxian saber-toothed tiger move back through the darkness as Crash goes back to the Head Necro Cybrarian.
This here is going to be There's a moment when you're doing the vaults, you know? We're going to finish this expedition soon, but we need to ask one more thing. Yeah. And, there's an oracle about this. And I feel like I already know the vault's purpose, but we can also roll. What we're going to do here is, this is either going to be... I think we're still exploring a waypoint, actually. Yeah, because we know it. Yeah, we're going to, Yeah. Okay, we're gonna explore it. And we're gonna have to explore with wits, which is not his best, but... Here we go. Excuse me, before I go, we're going to take the Book of the Damned out for restoration, but I did have a question. Did you have any information on Amelia Earhart? This is a weak hit, by the way. On a weak hit, you uncover something interesting, but it's bound up in a peril or reveals an ominous aspect of this place. We get one momentum. Which is fine. Yes. Calculating. Amelia Earhart. She here is in the reaches, of course. What more do you need to know? She's, in the reaches. Do you know where she is and where I might be able to find her? I'm sorry. That assignment of retrieval has already been given to your brother. He should be finding her and returning her to the library or processing at any time. That is his current goal. You mean my brother's looking for Amelia Earhart? Yes. And when he finds her, he will bring her to us. But why? We're going to roll right now on our oracle to see the true purpose of this vault. Now, I just want to let you know that I feel like we can probably choose, but we might as well just find out what they have to say, because it might be interesting. And Sanctum, Feature, Peril, Purpose. Let's just see what they say. We might like it, we might not. Commemoration of events, that's not exciting to me. No, maybe it is a commemoration of event. No, we can go with that. Yes. But before we do, I'm going to look at the entire oracle. Capture, control other beings. Obviously, that's true. Command or communication relay. No. Commemoration of event, which is what we rolled. Conduit to mystical powers. Conservation of living specimens. Also true. So here's the thing. I think a lot of these things are already true, right? There is, yes. So, preservation of an ancient intelligence. All these things are true. Yeah, commemoration of the end time. Stormbender, you got this, right? Yes, we here in the Library of the Dead must gain all knowledge, especially the knowledge of time-space transportation. Amelia Earhart is the key. All right. So I'm here to help my brother. Can you give me but I haven't spoken to him recently. Might you give me the information of where I might be able to find him? Yes. Your brother was seen. Here, we're going to go. We've got space, right? This is how we do it. We are, what region are we in? We are in a Outlands region. Oh, that's yeah. We're in the Outlands. And actually, we're not technically there. We're technically in the Mobius chain sector. I actually think, yes. We're going to have to go not with the Outlands, but with the Expanse, which is totally out there. So let's get an Expanse. Let's make a, we need a sector. We need a sector. Vulpus busting ghosts. I'm going to just add this sector here, and it's called the Kaleidus Pit, and it is an Expanse sector. It says, yes, your brother has flown to the Kaleidus Pit sector. That is where he is searching for Amelia Earhart, although she does not go by that name. I have lived a very long time, and I will bring back the ancient ones, like myself, once we get the knowledge locked in the mind of the air and the heart. Of course, in exchange, we offer great power and everlasting life. Please, Wesley Jones, when you return, please submit to one of the indexes for restoration, as we have restored your brother. And you, too, will have access to everlasting life and unending power, as your brother has chosen. I'm surprised he has not sent you to an index yet. I have been sent to an index. I just needed a bit more time. Kaleidus Pit, thank you. I will seek out my brother to help him on his quest to bring back the heart. Thank you. What do I call you, by the way? I have no name other than the Head Necro Cybrarian, number 2. You're number 2? Yes, I am number 2. You are number 6. I'm not a number, I'm a man. Well, thank you. Number 2, I've got to go and take the Book of the Damned to the Index for restoration. So I'm heading out. Thank you. The Kaleidos Pit. All right.
And with that, Crash Jones turns his back and begins to leave.
This, my friends, we have a new sector, by the way, and we don't know, but maybe Bart Jones is in there somewhere. Just gonna note it. We need to make a move, and that move we need to make is to finish our expedition. Roll the challenge dice. We're gonna do it. Okay. Poor Crash. Will he be pushed, filed, stamped, indexed, briefed, debriefed, or numbered? I appreciate that you knew my reference. We are going to... We were successful at our progress, right? We did that. We did. Yes, so now we're going to try to make that explore the free Book of the Damned. Weak hit, everyone. Weak hit. Well, let's see what this means. You succeed, but not without cost. You must pay the price. Make this a minor cost relative to the scope of the scene. I actually think we already have paid a price. I'm going to, by the way, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 1 spirit damage is what I'm going to do to represent this sort of shock of finding out about his brother. Because I feel like this is the price that we've paid, that we've learned that our brother is somehow in league with the Library of the Damned, some sort of ancients who do terrible experiments on people. That is our price. And yeah, his brother working against him is going to cost him some spirit. And that is absolutely 100% our cost is that one right there.
Crash Jones.
Wait, maybe the Oracle wanted us to defy Curator. Oh, huh. That actually, that makes a lot of sense, Roller. Defy the Curator. Yeah. But we learned about it. And
As Crash Jones walks out, he wonders,
why did those pirates, cybernetic pirates, have a photograph of me from back on Terra, Earth, home? Where did they get it? Could they have gotten it from my brother? And what is the Baron Severinus Winter's role in all of this? This is terrible. I wish I could free all of these people. Keep them alive, save them. But I don't think that if I take any of their books out, I'll make it out myself. Listen. On my heart, I swear to all of you beings here in this library, I will find some way to free you. This I swear. Poor kids of the Empire named Bartholomew are bullied ever since the episode aired. It's true. So I, by the way, am going to swear an oath. Crash Jones right now is swearing an oath. And I feel like is swearing an iron vow. And Crash Jones is swearing an iron vow to free the people trapped in the Library of the Dead. Free all the people trapped in the Library of the Dead. This, by the way, is... I feel like this is either epic or extreme. What do you all think? This feels really epic to me. Yeah, extreme, just as extreme. I suppose it's less epic than, like, the entire thing. So, this is extreme, everybody. This is an extreme quest. And we're going to roll heart. And I am... Wait. He won't say it yet. He won't say it yet. He won't say it yet. Not yet. Not yet.
Crash Jones moves through the library, quiet as it is. In the darkness, the strange figure watches him yet again, and then scuttles off, pressing a few buttons along the way. The strange figure had overheard all the conversations happening inside that room. And that figure scuttles off in the darkness. What is that figure? Well, that we cannot know just yet. Crash Jones makes his way through the library, up out of the stacks, onto the main hall, and towards Francis.
This is the moment, everyone, where we're going to have to... we've done that, we've done that. We are going to have to... this is... We're going to have to make it back, which we don't have to roll for. But I believe this should be a mark here. And...
Crash Jones steps aboard, moves to step aboard Francis. He sees Francis in the distance, and he begins to cross the long, long, empty halls of the book of the Library of the Dead.
This is where, my friends, we're going to make our roll to finish this quest right here. To fulfill our vow. We're going to see if we can do it. Because we need to get out of here first. So we're going to roll our challenge dice to see if we can get out of here. I don't know if we can, but I will see. Fulfill our vow. So nervous. I'm so nervous. All right, everybody. I'm going to roll it. A weak hit. Why do we roll a 10? Okay. When we reach the end of the quest, roll the challenge dice, compare your progress. On a strong hit, your vow is fulfilled. On a weak hit, it is fulfilled, but there is more to be done, or you realize the truth of your quest. If you swear an iron vow to set things right, you take your full legacy reward. Otherwise, make the reward one rank lower. This is actually perfect. This is perfect. This is perfect, actually. Because we're going to swear that vow right now, right?
Crash Jones steps aboard Francis.
Everyone, I'm back. Emerald? Mille?
Crash Jones moves forward onto the ship. And there he sees Francesca Belloc, lying on one of the infirmary beds. Electrodes attached to her, life signs being monitored. And Mille looks up, her eyes watery.
Crash. My mother, she's been removed from the machinery, but she is somewhat dependent upon them. She needs more help. We need to find some sort of medical means to save her. Or to help her exist outside of their machinery longer. That is something that I'm going to have to do.
Mille, listen. I had no idea about my brother. I didn't even know that he was still alive, or that he had made it thousands of years into the future here, this space. I don't know why my twin is, how he got here or what he's doing, but whatever he's doing, being an Acquisitor, it's wrong. Whatever that entire library of the dead is it's wrong. I'm gonna tell you, I am going to free every single one of those people out of the library of the dead.
Crash, it won't be so easy. As I'm looking now at my mother, she's not able to live without their technology for long.
I understand, but look, you look for a way to sustain your mother, and I'm going to look for a way to free them all. I swear this. This is an iron vow that I'm going to take.
Wait, Crash.
Says Mille.
Don't swear it just yet. Swear it on the sword.
But I haven't forged it yet. I don't have the cold iron.
No, you don't. But I said I promised you that I would take you to it. We need to set a course back. I know where to find the cold iron. You see, Crash, it was here. In the library, I retrieved some. I'm lying, I'm sorry. It was in the index. They stored it there and I brought some. It's here on the ship. Make your sword. And then swear the vow on that. I'll, wait here with my mother.
Crash Jones shakes his head at all of the secrets that Mille has held.
Mille, if you've had the cold iron, why didn't you tell me?
I was afraid that if I told you about the cold iron, you wouldn't... Well, you wouldn't help me save my mother.
Of course I would. We're chums. Well, let me go work on that sword.
Crash Jones goes down to the workroom, down in the hull of Francis by the engine room. And there, indeed, in the heat of the engine room, is a cold chunk of cold iron straight from the core of Terra. Crash Jones takes off his jacket, down only to his black tank top, and begins to hammer. Hammer the sword that will make him a true knight. But as he works, he thinks to himself,
I imagine we probably shouldn't be doing this while we're still docked on this ship. You know what? We'll have to fly out first. Right. June, I'm gonna finish all of this in a few moments, but we have to fly out of here first. We've got to make our way back through
the Bermuda Borealis, and into sort of known space. And once we're out of the shadow of this library, then I can make this sword. I have some vows to take. All right, June, I'm coming back to the control panel. June? She must be busy.
Crash Jones makes his way to the control center, the cockpit of Francis, wondering why it is that June does not speak to him. But within a moment or two, he rolls up the engine. Cold, cold feeling over him. And he begins to take off.
We're gonna do a bunch of rolls in a moment or two, but we can't just yet. First, we need to set a course to get out of this place. A known route through perilous space, which we're doing. We're gonna roll supply. Our supply is really bad, everybody. Our supply is really bad. This is no good. Okay, well, okay. We're gonna try to, oh, by the way, Josh, I am going to ask Quint what their favorite episode is called, because I've written down the titles of the episodes. I need to know it. We're gonna roll the supply. It's not great. Do I have I don't have any bonuses. This is terrible. Also, I have to show you something later. It'll happen. Nope. Okay, here we go. It's terrible, but it's a miss, a 4 and a 9. Yeah, okay. I've not finished my vows. Not done it. Okay. On a miss, you're waylaid by a significant threat and must pay the price. If you overcome the obstacle, you may push on safely to your destination. I got this. I got this.
Crash Jones fires up the engines and begins to slide Francis out of the Library of the Dead, moving quietly and quietly out of the strange, gigantic pillars and into the darkness of space.
June, we're gonna go into jump space. I want us to go right back through the Aurora. Actually, we probably don't need to go through jump space. We just need to go through the Aurora, the Bermuda Borealis, and that'll take us through. All right, we're gonna head right through. June? I don't know why she's not talking. All right, here we go.
As Crash Jones pulls up the thrusters, Francine moves through space, and they approach the Bermuda Borealis, shimmering in space like a curtain of light. And as the ship slips through the Bermuda Borealis, moving through as if a portal, the ship shudders. Emerald is down below sleeping. Mille is in the infirmary, tending to her mother. Where is June? Crash Jones is all alone on the bridge of Francis, piloting her through a strange and mysterious portal. Or is he alone? It seems perhaps he is not alone, as he hears behind him a few quiet footsteps and feels the barrel of a gun pressed to the back of his head, and the same strange figure that we have seen lurking in the Library of the Dead speaks out in a clear voice and says,
All right, Bartholomew Jones. Now, I will get my revenge upon you. Prepare to die!
Space Cadets! Right now, we are going to be taking our break. This is the moment for you to enjoy some delicious Starbeam chocolate milk. It's malted, and it's good for your bones. As we speak, Crash Jones is on the precipice of fulfilling all of his quests and vows. But he is alone in the bridge with this strange figure who thinks that Crash is his brother Bart, an evil Acquisitor for the Library of the Dead. Will Crash Jones be able to convince this fellow that he is not a killer? Or will he be killed? Join us in 10 minutes. When we return, Crash Jones, Space Adventurer, and the Library of the Dead.
Everyone, we are going to take a break. It's a whole move, take a break right here. When you resolve a progress move or complete an intense scenario, take a few deep breaths, which we've just done. Take some time to attend to the needs of your body. We're gonna drink water, get more water, reflect on what happened. Okay, good. We're going to continue on a session, by the way, when we get back, so we can get +1 on our next move, bolstered by our, reflection and past experiences. So we're gonna take a 10-minute break, and I'm gonna drink more fluids. It's water, by the way. But I do have something I want to share with you, so be prepared for that for the moment. But everybody, Crash Jones has successfully completed so many things, but he's learned some terrible things, and it's not over yet. He still has to forge that sword. He has to make that vow to free those people. But more importantly, he's got to deal with whoever this person is who's holding a gun to the back of his head, who has clearly stowawayed on Francis. We are going to have to find out who this is. And I know the kind of vibe that I want. Someone who clearly has suffered under the hands of Bartholomew Jones. Oh, my goodness. Well, we're going to have to find out after our break, everybody. This is amazing. Also, at the end of our session, we're going to do a giveaway for our amazing Starbeam chocolate milk mug. We're going to do that when we come back. And at the end, gosh. Okay, I'm gonna go and take this break. I have to go. We're gonna go. 10 minutes. We'll be back. I can't believe this is happening. I had no idea that Crash Jones's brother is this Acquisitor for the Library of the Dead, and has been kidnapping people and doing creepy experiments upon them over at the Index, at the big cube, and is also his twin. I had no idea, but now I know that Crash Jones has a twin who's kind of evil and wandering around the universe doing weird, creepy medical experiments on people, and then kidnapping them, and then turning them over, to the Library of the Dead for ancient people. I don't even know what to say. Anyhow, I'm gonna take a break, stretch my legs, drink water. When we get back, we're gonna finish it. Oh my gosh. Okay, everybody, we'll be back in 10 minutes. Just 10 minutes. 10 minutes.
We are back, everyone. Hello, we're back. It is the second part of our Crash Jones Space Adventurer and the Library of the Dead. I don't know about you, but I'm concerned. I'm very concerned about what's going on. Crash Jones, our protagonist, is right there on the precipice of like fulfilling a whole bunch of quests, vows. It'll be great, but right now there is someone with a gun at the back of his head. No June, everybody else outside, and there they are. Okay, so I feel like this is our big peril, right, for missing that. We've got to figure out how to deal with this. We're in a bad way. Let's see. We've got this person who wants to kill Crash, thinking that Crash is Bart. And we've got to figure out, let's see. Well, we should probably make this, oh good, it has been a long time, Chicken Wolf. So what are we gonna do? Is this gonna be a conflict, a scene? Let's see. How do we want to do this? I feel like oof, there's a gun back of the head, right? So I think that this is actually a conflict. Yeah, because I feel like I think this is actually a conflict. I'm afraid to say it. I think we're going to have to get into new goggles. I think we're going to have to get into a conflict here, a combat. But Crash doesn't want to get into a combat with this person, but this person has a gun to the back of Crash's head. So we have to make a progress clock. We're going to have to enter the fray. And yeah, so let's see. Our objective is to disarm. Is there a way to do an inverse deception test since he's a proof he's not his brother? Yeah, he's really bad at that though. But hopefully we can maybe do our combat in a way that's a bit more talky. So let's have our goal be disarm and defuse the mysterious assailant. Yeah, that's going to be our goal, right? And I feel like this is troublesome rather than dangerous, I think. So we're forced into a fight. I think this is troublesome. And let's roll to see if we're in control. We are facing off against our foe, which is rolling heart. So let's strong hit. Hey everybody, this is good. This is good. Okay. On a strong hit, we get 2 momentum and we're in control. And we, by the way, are maxed out in our momentum, which is great. And we are in control. Yes, I feel like this is just troublesome because this person I do not think is like super. I mean, they're dangerous, right? But I don't think it's. So I'm going to. We can either gain ground. Let's strike, but it's not going to be physical. It's going to be, we're going to try not to actually hit the person with fists. So we have basically, if it's assault at close, troublesome is about to troubleshoot. So I understand that according to the rules, we do iron at close combat and edge at distance. But this is going to be, he's going to be trying to reason it out, talk it out, right? So he's going to be using heart to make these strikes. It's like these are going to be like emotional strikes rather than physical strikes. I'm sort of thinking about fate and how in fate you can use rapport, like in a conflict. So we're going to have this be a sort of a mixed combat where he's going to try to go emotional, and so we're going to use. We're making a house rule right now. We're mixing it up. We're going to take this combat, which is meant to be physical, we're going to make it emotional. And it might turn physical depending on what happens. So we're going to have some emotional damage is what we're going to do. So he's going to strike with heart. I'm going to write this up. And we just, yes. Okay. Hey.
As we return, Space Cadets, Crash Jones is sitting in the cockpit of Francis with a mysterious man who's followed him and stowed away upon Francis from the Library of the Dead with a gun to the back of Crash Jones's head. Who is this mysterious man? Why does he aim? Will he kill Crash Jones, and can Crash Jones convince him not to? We shall see right now in Crash Jones Space Adventurer and the Library of the Dead.
I'm going to write up some variant rules, by the way, and I'm going to give them to you all. I'm going to write variant rules. I got it in my mind what I want to do. I got it. Listen, hey, I don't know your name, fella, but I'm not who you think I am, and I'm certainly not a villain. So why don't you put the gun down and we can just talk this out? We can talk this out like friends, right? Also, I'm just about to go through the Bermuda Borealis, and not having my hands on the controls is not a good idea. So you might want to get me, but right now, you might get yourself as well. And there's a whole bunch of people on this ship that don't deserve any badness happening to them either. So why don't you just put the gun down, huh? I'm gonna roll. This is heart. I don't have any bonuses for this. So we're rolling it. Strong hit. On a strong hit, I might progress twice. Right? And that means I get to put 6 of these on here. This is going to be okay. It's going to be okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oop.
The mysterious man hesitates, lowers the gun, and backs up.
All right. I've got the gun not on the back of your head, but you can put your hands on the controls. But if you make any strange moves, I will shoot you dead. Once we get through the Bermuda Borealis, then that is when you die. All right. Tell me, fella. At least, I'm gonna put my hands on the controls. All right. So, I'm trying to get a hold of June. Do you have any information about why I can't get a hold of her? Yes. I have disabled her and also locked the doors. I did not want anyone interrupting us in my moment. I'm telling you now, you, Bartholomew Jones, you killed my father. You kidnapped my cousin. You kidnapped me. But I escaped from your clutches. And now, for all that you have done, for all of the people that you've murdered, for all of the terrible things, the experiments, you will now die. But I will wait until we get through the Bermuda Borealis. But once we get through Bartholomew Jones, your life is forfeit. I have waited a long time. I knew that you would return to the Library of the Dead. And now, I have you.
Okay, all right. I don't know how to tell you this, but, I'm not Bartholomew Jones. Ha! You say this. But you are a liar. I have seen your face. I've seen you as you walked through destruction. You cannot fool me. You are known as a liar with a silver tongue. But, Bart Jones, you cannot fool me. Not like you did all those others. Okay, all right. It's all right. Listen. Here's the thing. This is gonna be perhaps a little strange, but if you would let me put my hands in my pockets, it's not for a gun, I can prove to you I am who I say I am. I'm gonna make a small move, all right? But it's not gonna be any kind of violence. So just let me, if you would, just let me reach, if it's all right. This is gonna be a strike. This is gonna be a strike. With heart, because I'm not lying. If I were lying, I'd be using shadow. Oh my gosh, it's a miss with a match. That's real bad. Crash is reaching into his pocket, and I get a miss. Oh, no. Okay, well, this is real bad. This is really bad, actually. So okay. Roller knows he was gonna get his ID. Yes, and Krellin understands. It's bang! Okay, so I'm in a bad spot now. And I have to pay the price. And that is going to be, endure harm. But I actually think that this is serious harm because I just got shot by this guy. Yeah. So, locked out. So, I'm going to take 2 health damage. And this is so bad. And my health was at 4, so now I'm down to 2, but I'm going to try to resist it as the gun's going to go off. And let's just deal with the badness that is my health being reduced to 2. It's bad. Oh. Don't worry about that. It's at 2, I know it. Okay. Pay the price. We're going to endure that. I'm going to try to... I'm going to try to shake it off. Yeah. We're going to roll... health, I suppose. I got nothing. I'm stuck in a bad space. Ooh, Herlocks. We're going to roll... health, which is 2, and I get a +1 on a roll from taking the break. So I'm going to take that +1 right now, by the way. Weak hit. I can lose momentum in exchange for health, and that's what I will do. I'm going to lose 1 momentum, bringing my momentum down to 9 to bring my health back up to a 3, which is grand for me. I'm into it. And let me see if I can just get my momentum going. And then my health. I'm going to have to reset that one. Don't worry about it. My health is 3. Okay. And now I'm in a bad spot. Okay. Look. I'm not who you think I am. I will not let you get a gun. Ha! You think I'm stupid? I'm not stupid. You are reaching for a gun. This is what a person like you, a snake, would try to do. Try to trick me. No. But now that I've seen your true colors, that you are a murderer, trying and deceitful, trying to trick me, now you will die.
And this mysterious man raises the gun, aims square at Crash Jones. What will Crash Jones do?
At this moment, what I can do is clash is what I can do. Yep. I am going to I wish I had that, but I don't. Yeah, okay. Here's what I got. Clash. I'm in a bad spot. I have to fight back up against a foe, but I'm using heart. And I go, I'm gonna use my special ability from the Starbeam Chocolate Milk. Starbeam Chocolate Milk, special ability. When you face danger, react under fire, or clash. This is against physical attacks. I can't do it. Because this is about my physical fitness. I'm gonna have to clash. Wait. So I'm not gonna get any bonuses here. I wasn't going for a gun. Wait. I was going for some Starbeam chocolate milk. See? Starbeam chocolate milk. It's malted. And it's good for your bones. This here is something that only heroes would drink. People with good character. Surely you'd let me drink just a sip of Starbeam, right? Look, it's okay. Honest. This is gonna be a clash where I'm fighting back with my heart. We're gonna try it. I sadly do not get any bonuses for my Starbeam chocolate milk because I don't yet have that element. Well, technically I do, but actually, I feel like, yeah. Nope. Here we go. Weak hit again with the irritatingly with the tens there in my clash. On a weak hit, I mark progress, but I'm dealt a counter blow or setback. Okay. Let's go to our challenges, and we get to mark progress on disarming and defusing the mysterious assailant. Yeah. But we get a setback. I stay in a bad spot, and I must pay the price. This mysterious man, takes... Oh, no!
This mysterious man, before Crash Jones can sip the sucker of Starbeam chocolate milk, which is malted and good for your bones, this mysterious man reaches out and grabs the flask and takes it away from Crash Jones.
Sniffs it. This is Starbeam chocolate milk. It is malted. It is good for you. But someone like you does not deserve this. You will never get this back. Ever. You won't have to worry about it for long, though, because soon you will be dead. I am going to be taking a spirit damage from having lost my flask of Starbeam chocolate milk. I'm going to take my spirit down one more. My spirit actually should be... wow. It's now a 2. This is terrible. This is real bad. I'm not doing well, everybody. It's a 2. I have it noted down. I'm going to try to resist this, by the way. But I'm going to try to endure this stress, but I have lost my Starbeam chocolate milk. My heart is better than my spirit right now. My spirit's at 2. I'm gonna roll it, see what happens. Weak hit, everybody. Weak hit. On a weak hit, I'm not shaken. If I'm not shaken, I may lose momentum in exchange for 1 spirit. Okay, which I will do. My momentum goes down to 8, but my spirit goes back up to 3. So I have a spirit of 3, supply of 2, and a health of 3 is where I'm at right now. And a momentum of 8, and I'm in a bad spot. Okay.
This man has taken away Crash Jones's flask that he uses for Starbeam chocolate milk. Crash Jones can hear Emerald clawing at the doors, but the doors are locked. He is trapped here all alone with this man, mad with grief and anger and a desire for revenge, mistaking him for his brother, his twin brother. He has no Starbeam chocolate milk. But does he have hope? Does he have heart?
Listen, I know that I can't keep this such much longer. I've been shot. He's taken my Starbeam chocolate milk. And I'm bleeding badly. I've got to end this. Listen, what's your name, chum? My name is Dr. Zukov. I'm a medical expert, one of the best Solomani doctors and surgeons, and I can tell that this injury I've given you must hurt terribly. And you are not bleeding out yet, but after I shoot you one more time with this blaster, space blaster, then, Barth Jones, you will die. Listen. I have an idea how we might get out of this. Why don't you turn back on June? She's been off this entire time. She hasn't heard any of this conversation, right? Just ask her what my name is. Just turn back on June and ask her what my name is. Before you make a big mistake. Honest. I'm in a bad way, so it's not good. So I'm gonna try to take decisive action, but I'm in a bad spot, so it's not good. I'm gonna roll to take this decisive action. I feel real bad about it. Okay. Strong hit. Okay.
The mysterious Solomani doctor pauses, gun in hand. In one hand he holds the blaster. In the other, he holds the flask of Starbeam chocolate milk. He hesitates. He thinks about it. And he says,
Crash, you Bart Jones. You want me to turn on your AI. How do I know it's not trick? Whenever I have a difficult decision to make and I want to make the right decision, I drink Starbeam chocolate milk. And if this is indeed Starbeam chocolate milk, let me see. Oh, it's malted. And also good for your bones. All right, you stay right there. I'm going to turn back on this AI.
the mysterious Dr. Zukov turns back on the chip that he had removed. And then June,
found this on the
the
web.
AI, comes into existence in holographic form.
Well, now, what's going on here? Do not do anything mysterious with this ship. I need to ask you one question. And you, as artificial intelligence, are not allowed to lie. So tell me, artificial intelligence, what is the name of this man right here? Do not lie, tell only the truth.
Well, now, I can do that no problem. That there is a Captain Jones. Ha! I knew it. This is the Bart Jones, and now, Bart Jones, you must prepare to die. Well, wait a minute now. His first name is Wesley. Wesley Crash Jones. What is this? What is this? What do you mean, Wesley Crash Jones? I've been trying to tell you, chum. My name's Wesley Jones, not Bartholomew. Bartholomew is my my twin brother. I didn't even know he was alive. I'm sorry if my brother did something terrible, but I'm not him. I'm gonna try to make it better, though. If you could just maybe let me get a little bit of help, and also fly the ship. June, if you could just make sure the ship is stabilized. I don't want Francine to, crash with us in it. Look, we had Starbeam chocolate milk together. That means we could be chums, right? Just, I think it'll be okay. We, by the way, have succeeded in that. Okay. Well, you're not this Bartholomew Jones. I apologize for shooting you. But do you have some sort of ID? I do. I have an ID. I can show you. It's a good one, too.
Crash Jones reaches into his pocket and pulls out an identification card. It is old. It is from another time and another place. And he hands it over.
What is this, State of New York driver's license? What is this? What is this year? This looks like some sort of fake identification. I think your identification is false. No, it's just that I'm from I'm a vestige from another time. I'm from what you call Terra. From a long time ago. Somehow I made it through to this place, and it seems my twin brother did as well. I can show you my dog tags if that'll help. But honest to goodness, I'm Wesley Jones, and I'm not my brother's keeper. All right? Let me just... Oh, we're making our way through the Bermuda Borealis. We're here. To relative safety. Wait, where are we? I don't think I recognize the star system. Look, I'm bleeding pretty heavily, and I'm in a lot of pain. You say you're a doctor. Maybe you could, patch me up? This, by the way, is gonna be a move. It's gonna be I'm gonna try to make a connection with this guy, right? Gonna roll heart to try to make a connection with this guy. Strong hit. We create a connection. And this is good. We have created a connection, and our connection's gonna be Dr. Zukov, medical doctor. We'll write him up.
This, mysterious Dr. Zukov wavers, sees Crash bleeding, thinks how anyone who drinks Starbeam chocolate milk can't be a bad. No evil warlord and torturer would ever drink Starbeam. This fellow must be on the up and up. And so Dr. Zukov rushes over and tries to heal our Crash Jones.
This is going to be recovery. A recovery mission is what this is. We're going to try to heal. Just a little bit of healing. And we're going to get treatment from someone who is an ally. So we're going to roll heart with this one, but we get a +1 on our roll for this. So weak hit, which will be
we'll lose 2 momentum. We're gonna heal ourselves back up, but we're gonna lose 2 momentum. Okay. Okay, but we're all patched up. We're full health. Back up to 5. Our spirit is not yet there.
The mysterious Dr. Zukov patches up Crash Jones. Lickety-split. That's a spit of, very advanced surgical means. And in no time, Crash Jones is right as rain.
All right. So, Dr. Zukov, could I open the door? We're here in space, and we're outside of the shadow of that library, and I've got some things to do. Could we call in everybody? All right. I'll let you call in the people.
And in no time, the doors open. And out of nowhere, immediately, Emerald, the Dranaxian saber-toothed Viridian tiger, enters, stalking, roaring.
No, it's all right, girl. It's all right. He's okay.
And soon enters in Mille.
Crash, what's going on? This is Dr. Zukov. My brother, Bart Jones, did terrible things to his family, and he was out for revenge. He mistook me for my brother. But, we worked through that. So, look, if you don't mind, I've got something to do in the engine room. I've got to make a sword. An iron sword. Maybe you two can talk while I'm down there, and when I come back, we can work this all out. If you don't mind, excuse me. June, could you just keep us on target? Dr. Zukov, Mille, I'll be back.
And with that, Crash Jones, space adventurer, heads down to the engine room of Francine. And there is the cold iron that Mille Ballock had acquired from the Index and smuggled aboard the ship. He takes out his tools, a hammer. He uses the heat from the forge of the engine. He uses the heat from the engine as a forge, and he begins to shape what he hopes will be the sword that will mark him as an Ironsworn knight, someone of great honor.
This is a bunch of cascading rolls, everybody. But this, we're gonna roll and try to make our... I will note that this is formidable, which we have marked progress by getting the iron. Absolutely. And we did diffuse that. We convinced that. We explored that. We are now, having gotten the iron, we're going to roll to see if we can make this sword. Here we go. Weak hit. Weak hit. Weak hit. Everybody, why am I rolling a 10? 1 out of 10. Okay, well, hey, Vopas, he got shot on the shoulder, but he got healed. Healing. All right, this is a weak hit. So we're gonna have to find out what that means for us. Fulfill the vow. On a weak hit, there's more to be done. You realize the truth of your quest. You swear an iron vow to set things right. Take your full legacy reward. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. I am going to swear an iron vow to set things right. Is what I'm going to do. But unfortunately, Josh Meehan, it can't be before the king because we don't have the heirs lost.
Crash Jones toils away in the engine room to make this sword. It takes hours. Crash Jones toils away while people wait. Doesn't sleep. He toils through the night to craft out of cold iron from the heart of Terra. He crafts the one true iron sword of an Ironsworn knight. Ironsworn knights, people of honor. But he knows that he cannot be truly an Ironsworn knight without fixing what his brother has done. And so, rapier finely forged, he walks up onto the bridge. And there is Dr. Zukov, Solomani surgeon, and Mille, archaeologist. And he stands before them, and he holds aloft the rapier.
By the way, I have a really nice rapier. It's just not with me, so I cannot pull it out right now. I'm so sad. Mille, Dr. Zukov, I have forged my sword. But swords themselves are not what it's about. It's about your character. It's about who you are. My vow to make this sword was not about the sword itself. It was about an ideal. It was about being a hero. It was about being the sort of person that people could look up to. It was about being the sort of person that the lost Sindalian heir could put her trust in. I've made the sword, but she could not put her trust in me unless I fix some problems that have been lingering. And so, in this moment and on this sword, I will swear a vow, an iron vow, on this new sword, forged from cold iron from the heart of Terra. I will swear a vow to each of you. To you, Mille, I swear that I will free each and every one of those people trapped in the Library of the Dead. I will not let them linger in that place, alone and cold. Dr. Zukov, Mille, together, a surgeon and an engineer, you can find a way to save them, to make it so that once I get them out of that place, they will be able to live without the technology of the library and the index. I know that as a team, you two can do it, and I will get them out so you can. This, I swear, Mille, no one else in that library will stay there long. I'm going to check out every single book. Here's where I'm going to swear a vow. And I'm swearing it to a bond. So this is heart plus 2 is what this is going to be. Heart plus 2, because I'm swearing it to a bond. And this is the vow: free the all the people trapped in the Library of the Dead. Weak hit. I'm determined by the beam request with more questions and answers. Take 1 momentum and envision what I would do to find a path forward. I think that's true. We have to we have to, there's like technology that has to come first, which is gonna be, yeah, free other people that trapped land of the Library of the Dead. We're gonna have to find out how to cure them first. Which will be, I think, a new vow. Discover, aid Mille and Zukov in finding a cure for a reversal, finding a way to reverse the cure of the library so the books can be freed. That's another vow. I'm gonna have to roll that one. +2. Strong hit. Yes. By the way, I feel like this is formidable rather than extreme. And to you, Dr. Zukov, I know what I have to swear to you, to make it up to you, to prove that I am a hero worthy of this sword. I vow to you upon this sword that I will find my brother, and I will challenge him to a duel. And only one Jones will prevail. You searched for revenge, but it shouldn't be revenge. It should be justice. I will apprehend my brother. There is no Empress of the New Reaches to be a force of justice. But I swear to you, I will find my brother, and I will stop him, one way or another. So, this I swear. For your father, your cousin, for your whole family. It's a miss! Oh! Okay. I need to write this vow, by the way. I can burn my momentum. I've got 9 momentum. I can turn that into a weak hit, which is fine. This will be, by the way, track down Bart Jones and bring him to justice. This is also, I actually think this is an extreme, vow. I think that trying to bring down Bart Jones is actually really hard. I will take that 1 extra momentum on that one, bring us to 3. And I will say, and he will say, it is not so easy to take down your brother. You have to know this, that you look just like him. And there will be people who want him dead who will think that he is you. At every turn, you will be facing people who will want to kill you. And he is very powerful. And there is something you do not know about him. Your brother
Barth Jones. Your brother, Barth Jones, is psionic. I have seen it. I do not know how you will defeat someone with the nefarious mind control powers of a psionicist, but that is what you're up against. Just a simple duel will not do. What you aim to do may be impossible. You will need to find ways to protect yourself against the psionics first, or else surely you will be doomed. I can't believe it. How could my brother be a psionicist? I don't understand. No one knows. Perhaps it has something to do with the ancients. But you will have to do this. You will have to stop your brother. Wait. You said my brother was a psionicist. That means something. That means I also know another psionicist. You know who's a psionicist? The Baron Severinus Winter. He's a Zodani psionicist. That must mean that my brother and the Baron Severinus Winter must be in league with each other. I can't believe it. How could my brother not only betray everything, but also work with the Zodani? So, we, by the way, have just made 3 new vows, and we have fulfilled 2, which means we have to tick off some things at this moment. So, we have fulfilled the vow, bring Mysterious Book of the Damned for Mille to get that cold iron. That was formidable. And with formidable, we get to have 1 full box of ticks. Why don't we, if you don't mind, go over here and check it out? Here are our quests. We get full box, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. We also fulfilled our original vow, which was to make this iron sword from cold iron, which, by the way, was originally dangerous, but then became formidable because we failed. And that means we get another full box. Y'all. Another full box. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 XP. 4 XP, everybody. We need to fly. Is what we need to do. This is, we're gonna wrap this up. We're gonna fly back to our, golly gee whiz. This is outrageous. We just need to, set a course back. This is a supply. Do we have help? No. Whew. Our supply's bad, everybody. We're in a bad way. We're limping home. We have no momentum. Weak hit. It's okay. We suffer a cost in route, and we have to make a suffer move -2. Yeah. What we're gonna do is we have 2 supply. When we
we're going to lose all of our supply is what it's going to be. And is there a way for us to resist that? I don't think so, actually. Yeah. 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 We're going to reduce our supply to 0. And then we're going to mark unprepared. That's a thing. We're unprepared. There we are. Misfortunes. We're unprepared. When you suffer a loss of resources while unprepared, envision how this causes you hardship and apply the cost to a different suffer move. So,
Crash Jones sets course back to his home system. This sector, where there is waiting for them, and Hiawatha, to go back to Paradox Station in Clark. That is a place where they may find Saga. However, as they're flying back, the repairs they made back on that strange pirate planet begin to undo and shudder.
Mille, we've got trouble. Francine's is falling apart. Crash! It must have been the sabotage that they did on that station. We'll get there in one piece, though. All right, I'll just try to keep the ship together as long as we can.
And with that, Crash Jones flies the ship, barely hanging on, back to Paradox Station in Clark. And together, our trio land, ship smoking, and wonder there's so much ahead of them, so much before them. Can they do it? Can they fulfill the vows they've made? But Crash Jones now has his sword. The sword that makes him a true Ironsworn knight. Crash Jones now can begin his adventures.
Crash! You can't go just yet. We've got to rest.
I know. I do have to rest. And I will. And when I'm done resting, I'm going to go and find Dalton Danvers and rescue him from Baron Severinus Winter. And Baron Severinus Winter is going to have some questions to answer. Questions about my brother, Bart Jones.
That's right, everyone. Crash Jones is going to go off and rescue Dreadliege Dalton Danvers from the clutches of the Baron Severinus Winter in our very next serial. But, speaking of cereal, do you know what is tasty on cereal? Why? Starbeam chocolate milk. It's malted, and it's good for your bones. And it's delicious in cereal. Everyone, thank you so much for joining us for this Crash Jones and the Library of the Dead. We've learned many things, and Crash Jones has many, many adventures before him. And now, armed with new allies, Crash Jones must seek out his brother, a dastardly twin, an evil twin. He must find a way to free all the people of the Library of the Dead, and he must find the heir, the heart of terror, Amelia Earhart, the lost heir of the Sindalian Empire, to rebirth the Reaches. And he must find her before his brother can capture her, restore her, and turn her over to the library. Space adventurers, thank you for joining in to the thrilling adventures of Crash Jones. We will return again with our next adventure, whose name must be something really exciting, like something about Dalton or Danvers. Something exciting, like, we'll find it. Crash Jones and the and the search for Dalton. Crash Jones and the search for Dalton.
All right. So we've got some things to do. We are going to the cereal's done, but we have a little bit of housekeeping to do, and we're going to do it. So here's what we got. Also, I'm no longer in a bad spot. So what we're going to do is we have to make Dr. Zukov. Dr. Zukov. We have to Dalton it and don't forget. Oh, I will not forget the giveaway. Absolutely not. I am not forgetting. I'm so excited. But we gotta at least So the Kaleidos Pit was where they figured the brothers going. We'll have to check that out later. But we have. Let's put this as a location, and I don't know what that's called, but we'll call it. Let's call it the lead. Call it a lead. Lead. So we know it. Bart Jones's location. We'll say that's great. That's there. But we need to make Dr. Zukov. Let's make a person, shall we? Right now, Dr. Zukov is going to be at Clark. So let's so this is Viridian, right, where the Bermuda Borealis is. And let's rumors. Ooh, yeah, rumors of Bart Jones' location. That's really good. I love that. The Kaleidos Pit. Yep. So we need a character. And this character's name, we need a first name. It's not Maeve Hammond, Logan Okito, Ostara Quint, Lisa O'Neill. I just need a good, we're going to go with Nicholas. No. Emil Volpez, that's perfect. Emil Zukov is our doctor. And he'll go with he, him. He doesn't have a call sign. We know what he looks like. He looks like Topol from Flash Gordon, the movie. He looks like Dr. Zarkov is what he looks like. He looks like Dr. Zarkov, just short, from Flash Gordon, obviously. That's what he looks like. Disposition, indifferent. He is certainly not indifferent. He is desperate. Well, he was desperate. But when he's not, we're going to call him sort of like analytical. And does he play the fiddle? Analytical and brooding. His role, let's see. We have some. I want to actually choose the role because I know what it is. He's a passionate. Ooh, that's good. Analytical and passionate. That's very, very, very good. Analytical and passionate. Passionate. I need his role. So his role. We have a character role. I could just press the button, but I want to just look and pick what it is. He is there's basically a doctor, and what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a agent, AI, artisan, assassin, bounty hunter, courier, crew, criminal, cultist, diplomat, engineer, entertainer, explorer, farmer, fugitive guard, healer. He's a healer. That's his role. And his goal right now will be to find a way to reverse the library's cure. Great. So we have him. This is him. And he will be at Paradox Station, which is in Clark. And we will just save him there. Great. And, by the way, he is a connection. That's great. Love it. And we are going to have to make our evil brother but I suppose we don't have to make him just yet, since we've not come upon him. But we do need to do something before we go. The Call of Desperate Dalton. Ooh, that's good. The Call of Desperate Dalton. I like it. I like it. Yes. So, what are we going to do? We were going to do the end moves. We have to end our session. When you end a significant session or chapter of play, reflect upon the events. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Before we did, I wanted to sojourn because we were resting in Paradox Station, which is a safe spot. So we should sojourn. When you spend your time recovering within a community, roll heart, which I'm gonna do because right, roll heart, and let's find out what happens. Weak hit, and we don't have any momentum to burn. We get 1 recover move instead of 2. So, let's see. My health's full. My spirit's at 3. My supply's at 0. So, we're going to resupply, is what we're going to do. We're going to resupply, and we're going to count this as a strong hit, which is, on a strong hit, if you are unprepared, clear that impact, which we will do, and take +1 supply. Golly gee willikers. We're no longer unprepared. We've got a little bit of supplies we can help helps fix up that ship. So that's our resupply. That's all we get to make 1 move. I think that's fair. Before we do that, okay. Now we end the session because I want to know where we're at. So reflect on the game, identify any missed opportunities to mark progress. If you strengthen your ties to a connection, develop your relationship. If you move forward on a quest, reach a milestone. If there's a quest connection or other situation you'd like to give focus. Okay, so let's go through our quests and see if we need to mark momentum, if we have any milestones, and then we'll think about our friends. And because I want to just make sure. Okay, here we go. Track down Bart Jones and bring him to justice. I do think that we got some information, which is like gaining a meaningful insight. I think that getting a clue as to his whereabouts, I think that counts as a milestone for tracking down Bart Jones. But as this is an extreme, we only get to have 2. Yeah. It can also be the chase for Bart Jones' bounty. Yes. Aid Mille and Zukov in finding a way to reverse the cure of the library so the books can be freed. We have not done that yet. Free all the people trapped in the library. Not done that yet. Bring some Viridian to Mark Velez. I think no progress on that. We have retrieved the mysterious Book of the Dead. And we'll just say, yep. And we did it. Rescue Dreadliege Dalton. No progress on that. Aiding Dreadliege Dalton and getting back into power. No, by the way, we're going to have to get Dalton back into power if we're going to want to get that Viridian. So that's going to be tricky. We got our sword, so that's great. And I believe that finding the true and noble lost Sandalian heir who can wield the Viridian blade and help them lead a new empire, right? That forging our sword counts as 1 tick. This is epic, so we only get 1 tick. Finding out that I think that we got the lead, right? In terms of knowing that we have that lead that's in that space. I think that would count. Well, this counts as a milestone. I feel like no. What do you think? I feel like we certainly get 1 tick on our quest. We certainly get that because we made our sword, and that's an important milestone. Overcoming a critical obstacle, gaining meaningful insight, completing a perilous expedition, which we did, acquiring a crucial item or resource, earning vital support, defeating a notable foe. We did. Does that would you count that as a meaningful insight? You know what though? I think we got meaningful insights because apparently we know that these people want her because she's got knowledge about portals and all of that. So I think we should get one more. So that, right? Yes. We have gotten rid of our mysterious assailant. We have convinced the head Necro Cybrarian. We've explored the Library of the Dead. Yeah, and we had no... Yes, I think that's really good. And we also know that she's being chased. So, and as for capturing Margaret Blaine, that was for that combat. We'll have to deal with that another time. And we have no more clocks. So, I think we've gone through all of our quests. We have a lot of quests right now, by the way. 1, 2, 3, but some of them are really epic and extreme or formidable. Will take a while to get us some progress there. So we now have to go through our allies and see if we get to develop our relationships with any of our allies, our connections. So I'm going to note, when you reinforce a connection by doing any of the following, mark progress per rank of the connection. So let's begin, shall we? None of these people are connections. Dalton Danvers, we didn't do anything to help Dalton this time around. Great. Severinus Winters, not... Emil Zukov, we did make a vow. By the way, what is the rank of Dr. Zukov? I feel like Dr. Zukov is dangerous, right? Yes, I feel like Dr. Zukov is dangerous as a person. So we did swear to take a vow, which will be 2 progress boxes. Sure. Yeah, he shot you. Dangerous at least, right? It's also about like how difficult it is to get close to them. And I think that since I feel like that'll be, ooh, he could be formidable. Dr. Zukov? Ooh. You know what? Why don't we have him be formidable? Like, because I look like the person who, like, ruined his, like, life and family, so maybe he's just prickly and harder to get to know, right? So we got 1 because we did swear a vow to undertake a perilous quest in his service. We have not completed any quest as benefits, leveraging his help in desperate circumstances. He did shoot me. It's true. I did not leverage his help in desperate circumstances, but I did not give him anything of worth. We did not share a profound moment. I didn't. Yeah. Okay. So I feel like, yeah, that's good. We've got 1 on him, but we also have Merrick Velez, nothing. But Mille Balak, my friends, we're gonna have to move her. But we did complete a vow and swear a vow, and I did also like rescue, stand with her against hardship. So I think that's 3. And we already have her as a full bond. So we don't mark progress. Instead, we roll their rank to learn the impact on the legacy, which means I think we get to roll 3 times for her. I think so. It says when you reinforce by doing any of the following, you may mark progress. I wonder if we get to roll once or 3 times. This is a question that I have. By the way, I have chocolate milk in this flask, just so you know. They stack, so I get to roll 3 times? Great. Let's roll 3 times. She's formidable. And let's see what happens. We're gonna mark the... we have to roll. Well, actually, I'm going to roll this to see if it works, because it might. Let's see. We'll see. If I'm going to just roll this, I don't think so. I think this is going to give us that's a progress roll. We don't want that. We just want a regular roll. And she's formidable, which is she's dangerous, which is a +2. Other, +2. So we're going to roll 3 times. And we're going to see if we get anything out of this. Let's see. 1. Nope. No miss. No lasting benefit. 2. Miss again. Nada. 3. Weak hit. On a strong hit with a match. Blah, 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 blah. Roll their rank. On a strong hit with a match. On a weak hit, take +2 momentum. So we get +2 momentum, which is great, which brings our momentum up to 5. I'm okay with that. I enjoy thinking about starting our next serial with a little bit of momentum. So that's that. But we also get to... I want to go and make so many friends. If there's a quest, connection, or other situation you'd like to have your focus in your next session, make note of it and take +1 momentum. The answer is yes. Our next serial is going to be Crash Jones and the... something Dalton something Zodani. We're going to go and try to save Dalton next time, which gives us 1 more momentum. So we're at 6. Okay, we have ended our session. That was Crash Jones, and I'm going to clean this up and then I'll give it all to you all. But that was Crash Jones and the Library of the Dead. And our next adventure is going to be about rescuing Dalton, because we are not going to let Dalton just stick around and not be rescued. So, that said, everybody, we have got some things to do to end up our stream. We have a giveaway. But first, I want to see if we got any messages, because if we did, I want to read them out. Let's see. We got to see Zeal Zaddy. That's nice. Okay. Yes. Are you ready? We're going to do a giveaway for this mug. This one right here, this mug is going to be the thing. It's our Starbeam chocolate milk. It's malted and it's good for your bones. Coffee cup. Zodania's Sonic Perils and Dalton's Dangers. He is passionate, but he seems to be the kind that has no mild reactions. He will go from shooting sight to being fast friends quickly. Yeah. Whew. Okay, final episode. We just got 100. We just got 100 bits in from Stormbitter. Thank you. With the message, final episode. Sorry to see it go. For now. It will be back. We will return with more Crash Jones, obviously. And then 100 bits from Willing TW, thank you, saying, thanks for this great season. So many unexpected events. I know. They were unexpected from me, too. I had no idea this was going to happen. I was like, what? Okay, so let me take off my aviator's helmet because it is hot. It's too darn hot, as Cole Porter would say. Woo! Okay, let's do our giveaway, shall we? I have got right here a link for a code, and I'm gonna find out who our winner is. Volpez, you are our winner. I am going to message you secretly. Oh, take off the scarf. Whew. Our code. Let me do that right now. Congratulations, Volpez. You are such a great member of the community, and I'm gonna message you. Message. Whisper. Here you go. Boom. So, that is the code for our mug. Congratulations. We have the merch store is great. It's got all sorts of cool things. It does not have this because this is not produced by my merch store. I had to get this from a different place. And so I'm going to, look into it. But I've got my Starbeam chocolate milk flask. 6 ounces, but we'll not yet, but we'll see. Oh, I love chocolate milk. Just side note, I do. So that said, let's do our outros and let's talk about it. I want to thank Josh Meehan, who is an amazing artist and did all of the amazing artwork for Crash Jones. Just so phenomenal, and is one of our sponsors. So thank you for being one of our sponsors. And I look into sourcing at Crash Jones Decoder Ring. I've got ideas. I got ideas. I did just post about getting stickers in Discord. Oh, good. So, there's a Zarkov reference image in the Discord. Nice, excellent. I'm gonna have to talk to Josh about a Library of the Dead poster because I can imagine something pretty amazing and epic. But that's for another moment. Let's see. What else can I tell you all? I want to thank Will and TW, who is our wonderful note taker and has been a supporter for so long, and also KY Hawkeye, who's another one of our sponsors. And I want to thank every single person who gives tips and bits and who just watches and who hangs out with us. And you can hang out with us in our Discord. Be prepared now that our season is officially over and I can wrap up this season. Be prepared for our after action report for the season. And be prepared for those of you who are Patreons to be getting, I want to make these look much nicer, getting little asset cards. Also, I'm going to do this for people who are Patreons. You will get the spoiler of what I spend my XP on, because we just got 4 XP, which means I can either buy a new card or increase some of the things we already have, which is going to be really exciting for me. And so y'all who are patrons will get the spoilers for that and get those cards and all that goodness. And let's see. So that is all of those things. Yeah. So remember, in our merch store, we've got this really cool, just to back up, really cool t-shirt. And this is made by Fourth Wall, which means it's good. And it's comfortable and it's not going to be miserable. This wonderful Tuskegee Airman shirt. If you are so inclined and want to represent a lovely Tuskegee Airman shirt, please go ahead and get that. We also then have, so this is, I'm so excited about it. We also have our, where did I put it? Because I want to show you something. Yes, we have our 2 different versions of our black tank top. Our Crash Jones black tank top, the gents cut and ladies cut. Now the ladies cut is a different model, so it doesn't have this thing, but there is something on the label for the tank top, which I'm not going to tell you what it is, but it's pretty cool. And then we've got the amazing poster and notebook for Crash Jones. Great, beautiful art. And then, of course, our mug, if you're so inclined. And it's a nice mug. And I think, and then, oh, yeah. Academic Foxhole baseball cap. That is what we've got in our merch store. So hang out, check it out. And during our, I love that Crash is wearing that t-shirt on the mug, right? Because this is right. That's all. That's Josh. Josh is amazing. Let me think. So that is the end of the summer season for the Academic Foxhole. It's been 50 months of RPGs. And I'm going to go and put out stuff. We are at 1,969 followers. When we hit 2,000, maybe something very exciting will happen. And then we've got our my 7-year streamiversary is coming up in November. So I'm going to be thinking about doing something cool during winter break, probably, for the streamiversary. We'll be doing some stuff. So I'm really excited, but the fall season kicks off with season 3 of The Gamblers. And I have gotten back, the whole cast has gotten back to me. All 5 players are coming back, and we are going to start September the 15th. So in 2 weeks,
Next week, I'll be off in Seattle officiating a wedding, but the week after that will be the start of season 3 of The Gamblers, our Traveler Pirates of Drynax campaign. And I'm excited to find out what happens when they get to their new planet and they've got a lot going on. So it's been a great summer. We had Vampire, we had Crash Jones, just a lot of good stuff going on. And I am thrilled by all of that. Look, it's been really great. And I'm really excited for a sort of like this after action report, which means my end of year summation will be will be fast to write, I suppose. It's been good, everybody. I think it's like pretty awesome. And you've been a wonderful community. And I just have to say, hey, Josh, I don't think you knew this. Simon's partner has started 2 Starforged campaigns, like one on her phone, one on her computer, so that she can play twice. Because this is a really fun game, everybody. In case you don't know it, this is a really fun, 2 separate games, both in the same universe. And the art is amazing, and I'm going to go and chat with Josh about getting art for the next, because, if you think about it, the next poster should probably have Mille, Dr. Zukov, maybe there's just Francesca Belloc. The head Necro Cybrarian, who, by the way, is a major villain now. This is because we learned that they're trying to destroy this ancient artificial intelligence. Yeah. So we've got a bunch of cool things in that one. I'm excited to sort of chat about it with. By the way, in case anybody wants to know, in my mind right now, what I'm seeing is, if any of you have read. Did any of you have the Nancy Drew and Hardy Boys books, but the old ones? Not the newer ones, but there were these older hardback versions. They were there must have been from the 50s or 60s maybe. And I remember the covers of those had a lot of person sneaking in the dark kind of stuff. And I'm feeling that vibe because the big library sneaking in the dark, right? I'm feeling it. So anyway, I'm very excited for some more vibes. The 1950s versions of my uncle, yes, it's the 1950s versions of the ones opposing Face of the Brothers. I'm just saying, right? Had someone of Facebook in a solo board game group I'm in asking about solo RPG, so I sent them your way. Oh, good. Yes, please do. Please do. It is amazing. Yeah. The Sunder's Isle art, by the way, because Josh Mean's working on that. Look, there's stuff coming, and I'm really excited for it. This is a really fun game. You should all play it. You should go get it. You can get Ironsworn for free. But I recommend getting Starforged. It's really, really, really good. And this has been such a lovely break. I would imagine, by the way, we will probably do the next Crash Jones serial after this coming season of The Gamblers. And The Gamblers is set to end mid-December, so we'll probably do Crash Jones over winter break. Is just what I'm saying. So be prepared for the next serial of Crash Jones, probably in the winter break, because look, I need to, now that we know that his twin brother is an evil, ancient, millennial old warlord who is also his twin, so it's kind of he's a clone of that person, don't worry about it, and is running around kidnapping people and doing terrible things. We just have to find out what happens. We have to go and try to go and find the lost Sandalian heir. Now, of course, the problem is that that's an epic quest, so it'll take forever and a day to get there. But piece by piece, maybe one of these days we will get there. And also, we just got 100 bits from Stormbender, who says, "See you for The Gamblers. Have a great time next week." Thank you, everybody. You have been lovely. This has been wonderful. This is such a wonderful experience, and you can find me here on the Twitch. Tomorrow at noon, I'm scheduled to play the Outer Worlds, but I also have a bunch of work to do, so we shall see. I'm going to go and do a little bit of email tonight and do a little bit of work tonight, and depending on how much work I get done, I may or may not stream tomorrow. We shall see. I'm also doing sensitivity consulting for the San Francisco Shakespeare Company. So I've got some Shakespeare to read. And that's so we shall see. I either will or I won't. I will let you know tomorrow if I will be streaming at noon tomorrow. We'll see. There's no Carousel Court on Sunday because it's Labor Day. Monday will be Prax's solo session, her interlude for Montreal by Night. That's at 8:30 over on Wandering Dame's channel. That's Monday. Thursday will be Disco Elysium on my channel at 6 p.m. But no stream on Friday, no Foxhole Fridays, and no Outer Worlds on that Saturday. But I will be back the week after, obviously. Let me see if there's anything else that I want to tell you. That's where you can find me on Twitch. You can find me at Trooper SJP on YouTube, where we keep the archive of all the shows, and you can, if you're watching us on YouTube, like and subscribe and all that. I'm at Trooper SJP on Blue Sky. I'm at Academic Foxhole on Twitter, and I'm at Academic Foxhole on Patreon, which goes to help pay for the cast, and the art and all of that. And we've got our merch store, which is for where you can get all this really cool stuff that we've designed. And I don't yet know what kind of merch we'll get for the next season of The Gamblers. We'll find out. But I also want to thank all of you for being here. And I want to thank my mods, Jer and Rissa, who are going to get mugs, by the way. And also Josh will as well. Just let you know it. By the way, the ladies cut tank top is being sent to Lindy as we speak, and so do not be surprised, but don't tell the rest of the cast. Don't tell them. They don't need to know. It'll be a surprise. They don't know. They don't know about the merch because they haven't seen it, but she's going to be wearing her Crash Jones tank top because Quint likes Crash Jones because Crash Jones is Soleimani, and she's Soleimani, so, it's been her. It's one of her pleasures. So that's going to be a surprise for them when they see it, and then you'll be able to see it, and it'll be really good, and I will see you, if not tomorrow, I will see you next Thursday. Before we go, we should just check to see if there's anyone we should raid. Because if there is someone we should raid, then we should do that. Yes. So I want to raid somebody who does not know me and I've never spoken to, but I'm excited by them. Need Art of Wesley in his homemade Crash Jones shirt. Oh, yes. We're going to go and raid Deer, who is a drag queen who does like makeup and video games. And I watched them once and I was like, oh, they're super cool. So we're going to go and raid Deer after our credits go and give them love. And I will catch you all on the flip side. If not tomorrow, then on Thursday. Thank you, everybody. You're all wonderful. And I'm really excited for the next season of the Foxhole, which, I'm going to share with you all. And let's now enjoy our credits. By the way, I just added a slide with our mods in our credits because they deserve all the love and care as well. And so, without further ado, everyone, please enjoy our credits and music by Drummer Boy. And thank you all. You're all wonderful. Yeah, and at the end of the credits, we're going to go and raid. Okay, bye, everybody.